एक बार फिर से आप सभी लोगों का स्वागत है स्नैपड्रैगन कॉन्क्वेस्ट 3 Mayhem प्रो सीरीज नजर आ गई थी, बट अभी बहुत ही वक्त से निभाया रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि हम मांग रहे थे। हमने पहले दिन में ही कहा था
के बचने वाली है टीम TSM क्या ये सर्वाइव कर पाएगी, हील बैटल लड़ पाएगी या फिर नहीं। सर्कल किसी का सगा नहीं रहता, इस बार TSM का नहीं रहा, बट कौसी के हाथों में अभी भी नेड है, वो नेड रहता तो मुझे उम्मीद थी किरण और
मुझे लगता है इको काफी ज्यादा मुश्किल में आएंगे, बट फिलहाल ब्लाइंड वर्सेस यूजी भी होने वाला है।
यहाँ पे निवेश नोड कुक करते हुए नजर आ जाएंगे और सामने पे एक नेड टॉस किया, प्लस टेक डाउन में इसी चीज को देख रहा था कि निवेश का वो नेड कब जाएगा आगे और जाता
से टेक डाउन करना चाहिए, बट प्लेयर यहाँ पे फिर से टेक डाउन हुए, बट नहीं, यहाँ पे लवर बॉय को भी डाउन किया जाएगा। ये प्लेयर ऑलरेडी अपनी टीम के लिए एक MVP बन चुके हैं, एक बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस दिया था, बट बाहर का बॉय यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा हंस रहे हैं क्योंकि उनको पता था कि उनके पास कितना इंपॉर्टेंट पोजीशनिंग है। योगी अकेले बचे प्लेयर वो भागने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर एक भी शॉट होता है। ऑब्वियसली पीवीएस गेमिंग यहाँ पे जा चुका है, जहाँ पे टीम अपना बचाव करना चाहते हैं, बट उससे पहले स्वास्थ्य हो जाएंगे। आनंद 4 एंड नॉट थोड़ा सा दिक्कत में फंस चुके हैं क्योंकि ये फाइट फॉर श्योर यहाँ पे लाइफ हैकर्स निकाल के देखे जा सकता है। एक्जैक्टली वही हुआ 12वें पायदान पे, यहाँ पे 4 एंड नॉट को एलिमिनेट। एम्पायर मेनिया के प्लेयर्स यहाँ पे पता लग चुका है, पीछे भागने की कोशिश करें, बट प्रिंस यहाँ पे फटाफट हील करने की कोशिश करे, बट क्रोनो का शील्ड यहाँ पे यूज अप किया गया है। ग्लूअल प्रो के बट किनोत्रा यहाँ पे टेक डाउन किए जा चुके हैं। प्रिंस ने बहुत ही बेहतरीन शॉट करके, बट बबलू भी टेक डाउन किए जाएंगे गोल्ड की तरफ से। सडनली ब्लाइंड स्पोर्ट्स के प्लेयर्स बहुत मुश्किल लग रहे हैं, बट नहीं, इतनी आसानी से नहीं। यहाँ पे बबलू और
पीछे से एक बहुत ही बड़ा सरप्राइज अटैक क्रिएट करते हुए जहां पे टीम एनिग्मा गेमिंग के लिए मुश्किलें बढ़ जाती है। नेट टॉस करने की कोशिश पर डेविएशन हाथों चिल्लू आएंगे साइड के साथ माइंड गेमर को फिनिश करते हुए, एंड टीम एनिग्मा गेमिंग ये क्या चल रहा है, ये क्या हो रहा है। टीम नेमेसिस के आखिरी बचे प्लेयर स्काई से कंफर्म करने की कोशिश करेंगे, क्लोज रेंज की फाइट लड़ना चाहते हैं, बट नहीं
वे अपनी टीम के आखिरी प्लेयर पर 4 एंड नॉट आज के दिन पे फिर से ले जाने वाली है। पूयादी के वक्त पलटते ही यहाँ पे 8 किल्स उनके पास आ चुके हैं, 3 प्लेयर अभी भी, एंड सबसे मेन बात और हाइट का एडवांटेज, जहां से वो लोग मुझे लगता है मोर देन 10 to 12 किल्स लेके जा सकते हैं क्योंकि बची हुई है 4 टीमें। 7 प्लेयर राधे ठाकुर आएंगे नीचे, किल नहीं जाने देना। MP40 से यहाँ पे डाउन करते हुए पूरी तरीके से लेवल आइकॉनिक इस गेम से बाहर।
एक्जैक्टली देखिए 1v1v3 सिचुएशन, ये नेट जाता है, चिल्लू का पोजीशन यहाँ पे रिवील हो चुका है। राधे ठाकुर ने स्पॉट कर लिया, वो क्रेट के ऊपर खड़े हुए, ऊपर वहां पे यश फाइट कर रहे हैं आनंद के साथ, बट यहाँ पे राधे ठाकुर टेक डाउन करेंगे एनिग्मा गेमिंग को। यश यहाँ पे स्वास्थ्य को डाउन कर चुका, बट दोनों का शील्ड जैसे हटेगा आनंद यहाँ पे डाउन करेंगे। इसी के साथ
कर दिया कंपाउंड पे रश, जावा बॉय फिलहाल के लिए नेट खींचते हुए एम्पायर पूरी तरीके से खतरे में। एक अच्छा नेट, एंड यस यहाँ पे फार फ्रॉस्ट अभी राउंड डाउन, इकलौता प्लेयर एम्पायर का बचा है, बट गॉडलाइक ब्लाइंड ई-स्पोर्ट्स इस चीज का फायदा जरूर से उठाएगी। 6 किल करके अभी
एक और टीम का नेट यहाँ पे आता हुआ नजर आ रहा है, वो है इवल आर्मी, क्योंकि भीम ने वहां पे डाउन किया है, एंड TSC को वो हेल्प हो सकता है कहीं ना कहीं ब्लैकबियर्ड।
बिल्कुल से फिलहाल के लिए अभी देखते हैं, एक नेड आया है उस जसवी के ऊपर, TSC एक बैकफुट पे आ चुके हैं, बट हर तरफ से ओहो सरकता हुआ यहाँ पे आया है।
तो यहाँ पे किल सिक्योर कर रहे हैं, क्या ब्लाइंड ई-स्पोर्ट्स ये मैच जीत के जाएगा। नौबत यहाँ पे हो चुका है, बहुत लंबी सिचुएशन, ब्लड बैश एडवर्ड अकेले बचे हुए, यहाँ पे स्काई इस्तेमाल हो रहा है, बट फाइनली कौन पूरा निकालेगा देखना पड़ेगा। ब्लड बैश यहाँ पे लिमिट हो चुका है, पीवीएस के इको बाहर खड़े हुए, उनके पास 4 नेट्स है, एंड बाकी सारे के सारे प्लेयर्स अंदर फंसे हुए हैं, एंड फॉर श्योर ये मैच तो यहाँ पे ब्लाइंड ई-स्पोर्ट्स तो नहीं, फॉर श्योर यहाँ पे लेके जाने वाले पीवीएस, बट जॉन्टी अभी भी बचे हुए। शॉट अगर लिया बट नहीं, क्रोनो का शील्ड इस्तेमाल कर लिया।
the fight isn't over as it has just begun for those teams in the bottom as they have to make their way into the top 18 to make sure that they stay alive in this tournament. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, and with me is going to be the analyst of the Free Fire game itself. That's going to be Mrudul Kapoor. Welcome to the show. It's always been a pleasure to work with you, my friend.
Definitely, Arka. It's always been a pleasure to working with you too. And yes, we begin with the last day of the league stages. Well, it is week 3, day number 3. And today we have the 24 teams fighting for the last time, because after that, we'll be only left with the 18 teams.
Yeah, exactly. That is what we were speaking about. For few teams, the fight isn't over. For few teams, it's time to experiment as well.
Yep.
But let me remind you one thing. If you're prepared well, then you've won half the battle itself.
Right.
For those who have already come in, or for those who have come in new, this is the final day of the league stages, ladies and gentlemen. From here on, in the 24 teams which were invited, 6 teams is going to the finale. 6 teams are going to get eliminated. Then the rest others are going to make sure that, you know, they play at the white cards and make sure they get the rest 6 spots into the finale itself. But let me remind you something, that nobody is going empty-handed. Obviously, not only because of the cash prize, because of the experience, because of the fan following, and also giving a title that, you know, they played in Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series.
Well, definitely. And as we discuss about the cash prize, we have the prize pool coming up, and definitely it's a big prize pool to fight for.
Very
so
much.
let's take a look over to that prize pool, and we go towards the prize pool. We have the prize pool of 30 lakh INR for the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, and the teams are fighting for that.
Yeah, exactly. And this 30 lakhs is distributed really well, and that is what I love about this tournament. Nobody goes empty-handed is what I would love to say, because from the 15th position to the 24th, almost everybody gets something in the hand. Let's not forget the 19th to the 24th getting 15,000 and 13 to 18 getting 25,000 minimum. But the first place is going to take home a whooping 10 lakh rupees, and right behind them on the second place 5 lakh, third place 2.5, fourth place 2 lakhs, fifth place 1.8, and so on. But how do you get those money into your pockets? You have to make sure that you win the games, and you have to make sure that you gain some points, and to gain the points, my friend is going to take you through.
Well, definitely, if you are the first place in that match, you'll be getting 20 points for your placement, 17 for the second, third for 15, 13, 12, 10 for the fourth, fifth, and sixth places, and after that 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 for the 12th placement. Well, talking about the teams, we have the Group A, whereas Level Iconic, Life Hackers, Team Total Gaming, Raven Esports, Team D Esports, and Team Chaos are the teams.
Yeah, this is going to be from the Group A, and from Group B, we have Team Elite, PVS Gaming, NBA, Team Mayhem, Blind Esports, Chemin Esports, and then on it's going to be Group C, for obviously, who has the reigning champions or the Season 1 champion, Snapdragon Conquest Season 1. You know, it's 4 unknown, and with them is going to be Enigma Gaming, TSG Gaming, Nemesis, GodLike, Evil Army, and then so on. It's going to be Group D next, who also have some big names. Let's not forget some new, what do you say, the global teams coming in and creating a groups over here.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to take a look over to the Group D teams. We have Team TSM FTX, UG Mania, Team AFF Esports, Team Headhunters, Blood Bashers, and Team DESI Gamers. Well, we do talk about Team AFF Esports and Blood Bashers. Tomorrow their performance was amazing.
Yeah, and I do believe that, you know, they still have an opportunity to make it into the top 18 and surviving in this tournament for sure. All they have to do is gain probably 1 or 2 booyahs with a decent 8 to 10 kills in their name. So 30 points will give them a whooping 60 points, and they have to make sure that they do it against the group who are above them. If they do it within their own group, or with the groups which are already dominating well, like you know, the group which has Blind Esports, I don't think it'll be enough. They have to do it against Group A or Group B. So let's see how things will go on for them. But yes, Mrudul, as we were speaking about the top 6 who have already made themselves concrete, it's going to be Blind Esports and 4 unknown in the top 2 for sure. But from then on, it's a very different story, because everybody still have an opportunity to make it into the top 6.
Well, talking about the opportunity, we discussed about PVS Gaming. Right now at the 7th position, they can take that 6th position with just a single boya. And definitely, I have made some kind of predictions for them. if they win a single Boya today, they can take that position of the 6th and qualify for the grand finals.
Yeah, exactly. For those who have come in, today's schedule is going to be the same throughout the league stages itself. The first game is going to be Bermuda, the second one is going to be Kalahari, and that is going to be repeated thrice. So 6 matches will be played. Bermuda Kalahari, Bermuda Kalahari, Bermuda Kalahari, again and again and again. So those teams who won't be able to perform in the first game will be performing in the rest too, hopefully. And at the same time, I would like to say for the viewers, do not forget to, come and vote out for the superstar of the day. Do not forget to keep yourself active in the chat itself, because some giveaways are going to be starting anytime soon. And for those who have come in to know more about this tournament, this is going to be Snapdragon Conquest, and we also have a Poco X3 phone which is also be sponsoring us, and in this mobile is a gaming beast with 20,000 rupees. And I do believe that if you want to know more about this phone, you want to know more about this tournament and fights, stay tuned.
Well, definitely we are taking a look over the overall standings of the league stages till the week 3 day number 2, whereas Team Mayhem stands on the 24th position with 176 points. And after that we have Never Broke Again with 219, Lifehackers 282 at the 22nd position, 21st 299 for GodLike, Blood Bashers with 305 points, Raven Esports with 309, Enigma Gaming with 311, and after that we have Nemesis at 320. So Arka looking towards the team between 16 to 20, they can change their places, because we know that till the 18 team, they'll be qualifying for the wild card.
Yeah, so eventually Enigma Gaming was that one team which was there in the 22-23rd position.
Right.
And the way they have been performing, performing even without the Booyahs in their name, I believe they have done a great job to make it into the top 18. Now, consistency is something which matters for them. They have to make sure they play the same way they played till now. Nemesis somehow pushing themselves as well. But let's not forget the bottom, the Raven Explodes, but Blood Bashers and GodLike. These three teams actually need at least 30 to 40 points throughout the day, suppressing Enigma Gaming and Nemesis to make it into the top 18. So a lot of swords being swung around. We have to make sure who's going to be taking the maximum number of placements or the maximum number of points throughout the day. But at the same time, let's look at the top 6 who have an opportunity of making it directly into the finale. It's going to be Level Iconic, Headhunters, DSG Gaming, Team Elite, 4 Unknown, and Blind Esports, where Blind Esports concrete position of 638 points. Right behind them is going to be 4 Unknown with 558 points. Let's not also forget that PVS Gaming have an opportunity over here with just 20 points to be specific, or 18 points. 18 points is all they need to make it into the top 6.
Well, definitely they have that chance that they can make into the top 6. Well, talking about the teams from 8 to 12 position, we have Evil Army with 415, DESI Gamers with 408, UG Mania with 405, and then TSM FTX and Chemin Esports on the 11th and 12th position. So yes, these are the teams that stand on the top chart within that 1 to 12 ratio. Well, definitely we have to take a look on PVS Gaming and also Evil Army. One Booyah can mean a lot for them.
Yeah, and I would also want to point out that TMF FTX, they were in a very bad shape for the first 2 weeks. They couldn't perform really well. They were in the bottom. We kept on telling that huge names like Total Gaming and TSM FTX are not able to perform, but somehow they bounced back really hard on the third week, and the final day they would want to make sure that the presence are felt for making into the top 6 directly and making it into the finale. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, whoever come in, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, because the full day of Free Fire game is going to be so intense, as it's going to be a fight to finish for most of the teams, and there's going to be 6 teams who will be making directly into the finale. For today's matchup, it's going to be Group A versus Group D.
Well, yes, talking about the Group A versus Group D, this is going to be the first match for the day. Total Gaming, Team Chaos, Raven Esports, Level Iconic, Lifehackers, and Team D Esports from the side of Group A. And definitely these are the teams. Yesterday we saw the performance from Level Iconic and Lifehackers. Out of nowhere, these teams are getting the Booyahs. These teams are showing some amazing performances, and yes, they can also come back in the top 18. Well, talking about the Group D, we have Team TSM FTX, UG Mania, AFF Esports, Headhunters, Blood Bashers, and DESI Gamers. DESI Gamers, the Kings of Kalahari. Well, the first map is going to be the Bermuda map, but definitely they have performed pretty well. And we also talked about TSM FTX, how well they are performing in the week 3.
Yeah, Blood Bashers are that one team, who has to work a lot today. They have to they have to outperform themselves throughout their career.
Right.
I would like to say. I mean, they have to perform way much better. They have to perform way better than how they performed all these days to survive in this tournament. Hopefully, they'll be able to do so because that team has always proved to us that, they can do it. I still remember in season 1 when Blood Bashers needed around 20 points to make it into the finale.
Right.
One single man stood until the final circle to make sure that he carried his team into the finale. So I believe that Blood Bashers still have that opportunity to do so and repeat what they've done in the season 1. For now, probably we'll be jumping right into the first game of the day. This is going to be probably the first predictions of the day, where it's going to be Headhunters being chosen by the Hindi desk. There's going to be Oro and Monish.
Yeah.
Then in the English text, I am going to be going for TSM because they have been consistent. They have been playing well. So I know they'll be doing well. And Mridul, why did you go in for Life Hackers?
Well, definitely, as I said, that definitely their performance has been amazing throughout the day yesterday. Well, definitely now let's see how they perform with their amazing strategies. And talking about the Tamil desk, they have chosen Total Gaming and Level Iconic respectively. And the Telugu desk, we have Headhunters and DESI Gamers. So yes, the majority is there for Headhunters.
Yeah, Headhunters are that one team, who have made sure that their presence is felt in the top 12 itself.
Yeah.
But they want to make sure that they make it into the top 6. I believe they almost reached into the top 6 until now. I do not forget exactly where the position. But at the same time, vouching for a team like TSM, yes, I do believe that, they have an opportunity. If not for them, I would choose a team like Blood Bashers to actually hit the day today.
Definitely.
Because a lot of pressure on their shoulder as well. For those who are watching, do not forget to put in the chat your favorite team, or who do you think is going to be the team which is going to be, making it into the finale by the end of today.
Definitely, as we discussed that, we are going into the first match for the day, the match number 49, and there comes the teams on the runway from the hangar. Level Iconic, Team D Esports, Raven Esports, Team Chaos, Total Gaming, AFF Esports, DESI Gamers, we have Blood Bashers, Headhunters with TSM FTX, UG Mania, straightforward going into the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, Week 3, Day 3, match number 49.
Yes, it's going to be Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series flight, which is going to be flying over the map of Bermuda, showing us where the flight path is, because everything matters from there on. We can see Mass Electric coming on the right hand side of the pilot itself, so we can expect the flight path to be going more eastern when it comes to the overall map. And hopefully we'll be able, I know that it's going to be a long journey towards Sentosa, a long journey towards Mass Electric, but a shorter journey towards the northern side of the map itself. But at the same time, none of it is going to matter, as most of the teams will be fighting it to finish the game and making sure that they make it into the top 12.
Well, definitely taking a look over to team number 11, we have UG Mania diving towards the observatory. We have Team Chaos trying to go for the blue tier loot, but right now they are near the graveyard area. Talking about Team D Esports, well, they are trying to go towards the shipyard, and definitely we don't have Team 4 unknown, so yes, they are not going towards that. Well, we have Blood Bashers near the hangar area, and team number 10 near the Rimnam village. Well, talking about Team TSM FTX, they are onto their drop off factory, and we aren't seeing any initial fights.
Yeah, TSM FTX have also come up with a new kind of strategy. If you see, they used to divide themselves as 2-2 players on Factory and Mass Electric, but this time they've chosen to go all 4 together because somewhere they feel that they could be challenged by any of the teams. Let's not forget UG Mania, the team which is actually in the top 12 at this point of time. So even they want to make sure that they have a concrete position in the finale as well. But I want to look forward for Raven Esports. Raven Esports isn't playing in this game, right? Lifehackers are playing. So Lifehackers on the 22nd position, Blood Bashers on the 20th position are 2 teams to watch out for. And I don't believe GodLike is here?
No.
Okay, so Mayhem, Never Broke Again, GodLike and Raven Esports will be coming in the further matches for those teams who are playing at this moment. We can see that it's going to be Team D Esports at the side of Shipyard, enjoying a lot of loot. This is a high tier place for sure. I mean, I have seen that, you know, teams like 4 Unknown choosing to go to such places.
Yeah.
Obviously, that place is going to have a lot of loot.
Definitely, talking about Team D Esports, they took a long path going towards the shipyard. Well, they were near around the graveyard position, but yes, they are here at the shipyard. Well, looting their initial loot, they'll be enjoying that. They have the level 2 helmet vest and the healings also available with them. Talking about Team Chaos, they have chosen the graveyard. Well, there is less loot, and you already have a team like Life Hackers near you, and they definitely love the initial fights. Talking about the zone is going to close in within a timer of 1 minute and 20 seconds, and just above them is the blue tier loot, where you get the amount of loot. I was talking about graveyard with less loot, but you have the blue tier loot at the bullseye.
Yeah, and as we were speaking about the performances of 2 of the strongest teams, it's going to be Team D Esports coming in at 382 points on the 13th position.
Right.
They want to make sure they go on the top of the ladder. Let's not forget Team Chaos. They are on the 15th position, where they could be pulled down by teams like Enigma, Raven Esports or Blood Bashers.
Right.
So let's see whether that's going to happen. For now, we'll be looking at Team DG yet again, and I'm wanting to see where DESI Gamers, you know, will be making it into the top 6, because they have an opportunity. We have seen how Insane has been playing. We have seen how Shanti's been supporting well. Ignite on the other side comes out of nowhere, and you know, he puts on fire when it's required. So I believe that, you know, Team DG have an opportunity over here as well. No early skirmish is coming in apart from these 2 teams almost coming in close proximity at the side of Pochinok. Let's see whether the backstab coming in from the opponents can actually strike a deal.
Well, definitely right now, talking about the match-wise performance of DESI Gamers previously, the day yesterday, well, definitely match 37. The first match was between C versus D, so they were not able to get some amount of kills for them, but definitely the match 40, look at that, with 11 kills, where Insane was the MVP, and definitely he performed a great matchup for the team. Well, match number 43 between B versus D, they got 4 kills. Match 45, they got 8 kills, and the match number 46, they got 4 kills.
That comes up to say they had an average of 14 points no matter what happens, right?
Yeah.
So I hope that they will be able to hold up the consistency, as TSM FTX have come pretty much closer to them. DG do not realize that, you know, the Wolves are coming behind them. The Tigers are coming behind them, and we all know when the Tiger strikes from behind, it makes sure to take down the prey. Amedron playing it a little behind. Good to see that, you know, Amedron is not the person who's leading the fight at this point of time.
Right.
I would love to see somebody like Fabindro go forward, because JYT or Fabindro are those players who are more sensible, who do have a little bit of a calm mind when it comes to a fight. So hopefully finding them in the forward position is something I'd look out for. Headhunters on the other side are very much away at Sentosa. They have a longer rotation inside the circle as well. And look at how TSM FTX are going to be going behind DG itself, where DG still doesn't realize the TSM are right behind their back, and it's going to be iconic above them as well. So probably the chances of that team DG can get sandwiched between 3 to 4 teams is pretty much visible for us. But at the same time, Team Elite making themselves concrete at the center of the circle is good to see.
Well, definitely, it is Team Life Hackers just making their position available for them. Well, as we talk about TSM FTX, I think if I remember, you have chosen them as your prediction for this match.
Yeah.
Definitely, this aggressive gameplay by Team TSM FTX, we don't expect this by them initially, but right now they are going for that, as they are hunting for the players. Definitely Shanti is left behind, and if he is spotted, Mr. J is not going to leave him. Okay, he's just waiting for him to go in the open. He's just kindly predicting that no other player is available with Shanti, and he can take him down without any problem.
Yeah, at the same time, we have to remember this is what was trying to do. I could see that he had a double vector in his hand, so JYT couldn't go for that shot. So he was waiting for Amedron to come in with that AC-80, and eventually 2 shots were more than enough for the person to get down. Let me remind to the audience that, you know, AC-80 have that opportunity, has that capability or the ability to take down the player with the second bullet itself, because the damage of the second bullet is double the damage of the first bullet itself. So very well played from the side of TSM FTX so far. They're dissecting DG one player at a time, so good to see that. Life Hackers on the other side are there into this game, where we thought that they're not there, and we all know that Life Hackers are on the 22nd position. So Life Hackers and Blood Bashers, both of them in the game. It looks like this is going to be a fight to the finish for these two.
Right now, taking a look over to Team D Esports and Team UG Mania, they are also close to each other on the drop of plantation. Well, as we know, this is the lower ridge of the peak, so you kind of have to hold this position if you really want to hold inside the center circle. But there we go, team level iconic going for a rush on Team Total Gaming, and they've already picked up Delete as he becomes the first player to get out of the match from Total Gaming. Fozzy Ajay with a good trade on Angry will take him down with the help of the Vectors, and now he's cooking that grenade. Okay, well, that was a good placement, and it is the ice grenade that we talk about. Now Fozzy Ajay will confirm his kill on Angry as this becomes a good trade for Team Total Gaming, and now this is a fight of 3 versus 3, whereas Fozzy Ajay is still holding his position. Mafia with the ACAT is ready for the TMR action, and right now Ron Enegi, the man with the grenades, we have seen how this guy plays with the grenades, and definitely one single opening can take a lot of damage on Total Gaming. It did damage Total Gaming, but definitely they also have lost Angry from their team.
Yeah, but even I think that it's a good trade when you compare Total Gaming's Delete against the side of Angry itself, because Angry is that one person who always wants to be that strong assaulter, whereas Total Gaming right now have lost a person like Delete who also plays as a sniper as well. So when you're losing a player like that in a map which is so big, we also need to understand that Bermuda is the biggest map when it comes to this game. On the other side, Ronigi is not going to stop himself. He wants to make sure that he gives some shots to Total Gaming, make sure he burns their resources as well. It's going to be Mafia who's going to get himself in a safe spot. Hunch comes in instead of Mafia Bala. So let's see how things are going to turn out for Total Gaming with a brand new lineup, to be specific, because Mafia Bala, Delete and Aju were one of the best teams of Total Gaming I've seen when it comes to Snapdragon Conquest. So hopefully, the new lineup will actually work out for them. Yes, it boosted Delete to go out in the open, which was not the right thing to do. Yeah. But ultimately, they had to pay the price.
Oh yeah, definitely they have to play for the price, because right now if we take a look over to the teens, the zone is the MVP. We always say that the zone takes a lot of damage on you if you don't respect it, so it is going to deal a lot of damage on you. Well, taking a look over to that, we have 4 teams near plantation fighting with each other, and there is no team busy with one single team. As we take a look on Blood Bashers, Aren is spraying with his Parafel, trying to save his teammate from a lot of damage. Licky was barely surviving with 40 to 50 HP in his hands, and now he is healing himself. Meanwhile, Edward is also spotted from AFF Esports as team number 10 and team number 7 engage in the fights. The danger zone is also available near them, and there is a warning that the first zone was closing in, and now we have the second zone already closed to team number 10 and team number 8.
Yeah, eventually it's going to be Blood Bashers will be sandwiched between 3 to 4 teams at this point of time. Not the position they would want to hold in the overall points, comparing them to the overall points table. They are in the bottoms. They have to make sure that they get a booyah. But at this point of time, look at where they're positioned. They have 3 teams whom they have to deal with. It's going to be team 11, 8 and 10. So I don't know how well things are going to turn out for them. Naming the circle, it's going to be on the northern side of Katulestiva, that is pretty much close to plantation. The team RE looks to be more promising. Team Chaos can actually take a rotation towards Shipyard, come in slow and get a booyah in the name. But TSM versus DG, the love story seems to continue towards the side of Mill, and let's see whether they'll be able to do so. Let's not forget Headhunters, who are coming in very late into the circle, and I don't know how well they'll be able to make it, because they just have 30 seconds left before the second zone starts to come on them.
Definitely. Right now, taking a look over to Team DESI Gamers, they also have lost one of their teammates, that is going to be Shanti, and now they're taking a longer run for the zone. They'll be making a big rotation towards the zone, as the zone is going to close in within a 15-second timer. Insane, Ignite and Alex are the 3 players surviving from the team, and now moving out from the eastern side of the map, they have to close in towards the northwestern side. So that's a big shift for them.
Yeah, very much and a riskier shift, I would like to say, because ultimately they're going to go into a group of teams who are already assembled at that position, and eventually they won't be able to take them down. At Bhima Sakti Strip, we have live hackers playing around over here. How well things are going to happen, how well things are going to turn out for them is something to watch out for. But at the same time, Team DG taking that risk, going inside the side of danger, is something, not good for them. Insane goes in for a jump, and he falls for his death with 27 kills in this tournament with 16,000 damage and 19 headshots. this man, I don't think it's a fair thing for him to go and take a fall damage in between a serious game like this.
Well, definitely, he was one of the players in the pro score of the day and the MVPs of one of the games. So definitely, this guy deserves the respect. But that was not a perfect moment to look for.
That was pretty much a foolish moment for sure.
Yeah, definitely, that was a moment where you won't be thinking that he would fall down for death. Well, he had that teammate available, and you looked out for a team just close to them inside the circle, so they can't enter the circle from that very angle. As we take a look on team number 4, there is going to be Team Total Gaming. They lost delete in that fight against Team Life Hackers, and now they have to engage against two teams to kind of just stay on their positions inside the center circle.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know what TSM FTX are actually thinking, trying to stay out in the open. As you can see that they have Iconic in front of them and Total Gaming behind them. So in case one player gets slaughtered, then both of these teams are going to come a bit more closer. But JYT has a different story to say. He's already gone pretty much closer to them. He wants to take the fight against Ronigi. Ronigi and Aladdin coming in from a different angle. The grenade is not cooked properly at this point of time. Amedron comes a bit more closer, and he wants to make sure that he backs up JYT properly. Olmonk on the other side, pretty much close to Simmer at this point of time. Fabindro is going to heal up to his full potential, as Olmonk will be taking down Ronigi and confirming him as well. There's going to be more exchange of bullets. Aladdin gets taken down. Simmer will be the last man standing, and it looks like TSM FTX have Olmonk bleeding out. They have to revive him as well as finish off the final player, which could be happening any second on our screens. With the dual vector by Mr. JYT, they have confirmed him on the loss of Olmonk. I was hoping to see that Olmonk staying alive in this game, but eventually they were more concentrating on the kills, due to which TSM FTX have 4 points on the loss of Olmonk himself.
Well, definitely TSM Old Monk was close to his teammates, but definitely the last guy from Team Level Iconic managed to kill him, and now he'll be out of the game. Surviving with 3 players, TSM FTX will be moving in as Prince gets a knock on Life Hackers Predator. So yes, the Nature OP is in for the revive on him, as team number 9 is also approaching near them. So definitely they have to look out for that third party coming up upon them. Total Gaming won't be a problem to them, as they are on the lower ground. They are not looking for kills on Life Hackers. The only damaging team to them would be team number 9 at this moment, because they want to enter the circle, and if they engage in a fight against Total Gaming, then it's pretty easy for team number 9 to have
and we were speaking about TSM being in a wrong position. JYT has been finished off. It's going to be insane from DG also getting finished off. Java Boy will be coming into action as well. Team TC left out with 2 to 3 players at this point of time. Java Boy comes in a bit more closer. He's going to have to be revived anytime soon. UG Mania playing really well. Prince gets taken down. Tech KK comes in a bit more closer. Aaron with the melee also doing most of the job, and we have to see that things are turning out from bad to worse for Team TE. At the same time, it's going to be chaos, so it's starting to be more chaotic, and Aaron still with that set trying to take players down.
Look at that, the usage of the resources of the glue walls. As soon as he gets a shot on that player, he'll be making another glue wall for himself to just be covered from each and every side. He knows that he's in the open, taking those fights in the open for the kills. But now we have an elimination of Team AFF Esports at the 11th position. Amedron getting knocked out from the zone. Blood Bashes Edward getting knocked out from the zone. The zone is the MVP, and it will deal the damage if you don't respect it. Aaron getting eliminated from the zone, and now UG Mania, after X Mania 18 was finished, UG Mania scary with that grenade, getting a knock on Java Boy. Prince also getting taken down. Now there's a last player surviving, and it will be Kunal Jr. Kunal Jr. gets some kill confirmation, and he is going for that knock on Team Chaos Arion, but Tech KK at the right time will make that M187 shot, and now will be reviving Arion. Arion gets the revive, but Vivek is out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Team Chaos coming at the right moment itself. Headhunters versus Raven Esports is something to watch out for, because these are the teams at the bottom at this point of time. I would like to say it's Raven Esports in the bottom, to be specific. And I have already seen that, Viper gets taken down because of Prasanna with the mini UC, a right kind of gun in the closest range fight. Deadshot comes in a bit more closer with an M80 to be not able to find him. Will be getting taken down as well. It's going to be the last man standing, Asim from the side of Headhunters. He has a lot of job to do to make sure that he takes down Raven Esports at this point of time. No grenades from his hand. He has to make sure he goes in for a close range battle. Now chooses to fall back as well. But Raven Esports, with 3 men standing after losing Prasanna, would want to take that final kill and get 2 more valuable points in their pocket, as they're down to 3 players, and they have a long way into, and they have a shorter way into the circle, but a long way in the points table.
Definitely they have to make a lot of points to be in the top 18. While Sai Shankar is busy healing himself, Ajit is providing the cover with the Max 7, and Asim is the last player surviving. I don't know why that they aren't rushing.
Oh, nice.
Okay, they have rushed, and therefore we have Headhunters eliminated at 6. Life Hackers getting eliminated at the hashtag 5 position, and now we have Team Chaos getting eliminated as we see the elimination of Aereon. We have Total Gaming, we also have Team D Esports, and one more team surviving. That is going to be Raven Esports. A cheat trying to enter the zone. Deadshot gets knocked on D Esports Amit Walia as Team D Esports were trying to peek Team Raven Esports, but they won't be allowed by Total Gaming to peek them. And now Total Gaming with only 3 players surviving. Look at that, all the 4 players holding inside the glue walls. That is a big situation for them, as right now they have that upper ground and they have to use it.
But Total Gaming very much outside the circle. I don't know why they're choosing to take this fight. A grenade is going to fly towards them, not doing much of damage, but it's going to be Raven Esports who will be paying the price. A divided attention coming in from the side of Total Gaming. Is losing Mafia at this point of time. Fozzy, Ajay and Hunch have to make sure they get inside the circle. Raven Esports playing it really strong. D Esports with another grenade goes in against Hunch, connects it really well. The last man standing obviously is going to be Fozzy Ajay. Raven Esports have a last man standing, but Team D Esports are in the verge of taking another booyah in the name. A very simple one with 5 kills in the name, and Team D Esports have sketched this game in a very good way to get the booyah, and I believe that this pointer coming in from their side can get a huge lead and make it into the top 6 almost. And also into the finale.
Definitely, Team D Esports, they deserve this. If they can come into the top 6, they'll be definitely qualifying for the grand finals. Exactly, and as we know about Team D Esports, yesterday was the day when they performed just like this. It was the Bermuda map where Enigma Gaming Chillu become the MVP. It was the game for Team Enigma Gaming, but it went into the hands of Team D Esports because of this gameplay. They have that mindset, they take the right position, and they get the game.
Yeah, and at the same time, Total Gaming, they had an opportunity at one point of time to actually make it inside the circle rather than firing shots against Raven Esports.
Right.
Probably Fozzy Ajay had told his teammate that kills is what we need at this point of time, because we already have enough placement points. Being in the top 3 will be more than enough, but we need at least 5 kills to 6 kills per head. And that is why probably they were trying to concentrate on kill points. But whereas Team D Esports, they had made a small, fortress around them with a lot of glue walls. They knew that nobody was close to them. Nobody could use grenades against them. So they were very much safe in one corner. Whereas Raven Esports, after fighting Team D Esports, if I'm not wrong, and then making it inside the circle and surviving until the end, where they almost got the second position, really commendable gameplay being in the bottoms.
Well, talking about the MVP of the match, Roshan, with the grenades or with the AC-80, this man was not stoppable, unstoppable if I can say, because he was getting kills from the AC-80. He stopped Raven Esports from entering the zone, and then it was in the hands of Total Gaming, wiping out Team Raven Esports, and after that, they were wiped out by Team D Esports.
Yeah, but well, all said and done, we also saw there was a huge skirmish happening between Team Chaos as well as there was another team where, it was KK who came in at the last and,
Team
cleared
Chaos,
off. Yeah, he was the last man standing. At the same time, we also saw that the zone did a lot of damage for TSM FTX.
Right.
I don't know why they actually chose that rotation towards the circle. They did not want to get into the circle earlier itself. That is why things didn't work out for them. I don't know how many casters also voted for Team D Esports to get the booyah in the name. But still, let's look at the matchup of the next game, which will be coming on our screens, ladies and gentlemen. The second game in the map of Kalahari. This is going to be match number 50 in week 3, day 3, and in the league stages, and that is going to be between Group C and Group D. From Group B, we have Team Elite, PVS Gaming, Never Broke Again, Team Mayhem, Blind Esports, Chemin Esports, and they'll be taking over from Group C.
Well, we have Team 4 Unknown, Enigma Gaming, TSG Army, Nemesis, GodLike, and Team Evil Army. Talking about Team 4 Unknown and TSG Army in the Group B versus Group C matchup, we have 2 teams at the top 6. So yeah, this is one of the star groups.
Yeah, eventually in the previous game when we speak about those teams which have performed well, we would want to say that Life Hackers performed well, Raven Esports performed well, and I know Raven Esports are at the 19th position at this point of time, so they'll be pushing themselves a little above. Then we have Life Hackers who couldn't perform that well, but somehow slowly making it up the ladder. So it's time for Enigma Gaming to actually perform really well in this game to make sure that they come in the top 12. In case they won't be able to do so, then it's going to be bad. Look at the casters prediction coming in from everybody. It's going to be PVS Gaming versus 4 Unknown to be specific, because from Hindi desk it's going to be it's going to be
Oro.
Oro, Munish, and from English Test, it's going to be me vouching for 4 unknown. You're going to be going in for PVS Gaming with the 2 Tamil desk, who actually, PVS have held on to their dignities every time. From the Telugu desk, they'll be going in for Blind Esports. So only 3 names, 3 of the strongest teams in the game of Free Fire being opted over here. But at the same time, Kalahari being, in one of the, what do you say? It's like 4 unknown being the kings of Kalahari, to be specific.
Definitely.
That is how things will go. I believe that they have an opportunity.
Definitely, I think the casters chose Team 4 unknown for that specific reason only. But there is a reason behind my choice of Team PVS Gaming. That if they win this match, they have a chance to be in the top 6. And PVS Gaming just require one single booyah to be in the top 6 and beat Level Iconic towards the downward position. So yes, we are going for the second match for the day, and we'll be going for the flight path in a short while. And there we go. The plane for the second match for the day is going to fly from the hangar, as we have Team Blind, Chemin Esports, Team Elite, Team Mayhem, NBA, PVS Gaming, Enigma Gaming, Team Nemesis, Team Evil Army, Team DSG Army, 4 unknown, GodLike Esports, diving into the Kalahari map on the plane of Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, match number 50, week 3, day 3.
Yeah, it's going to be the 50th match. I would like to say the Golden Jubilee, which is going to happen over here. And the flight path going above Refinery shows that the map is going to be dissected right to the center. And the flight path is going to be favoring most of the teams, because small map going to the center gives everybody an opportunity to go to their drop locations. No early skirmishes. Yes, early skirmishes could be possible between Blind Esports, PVS Gaming, Enigma Gaming, as well as Baka Boy. That's going to be Team 3. So let's see which are the teams. PVS Gaming have split themselves, gone a little away, whereas Blind Esports wants to go and challenge Enigma Gaming at Mammoth at this point of time. It looks like the northwestern side of the map is completely free, and even Santa Catrina is completely free. We can see Nemesis Gaming versus Mayhem, which could take place at Stone Ridge as well. So let's see which other teams will be fighting out. For now, it's going to be Mayhem versus Nemesis Gaming, as Nikhil is going to try to punch Mr. Gamer, or probably find the right kind of gun. Farfrost with that gun would want to rush in against him, whereas Nikhil comes up with a sparse, and let's see who will be executing the first knock.
Well, definitely now going for the fight, we have Team Mayhem going against Team Nemesis, as they also have the Uzi die with them, the mini Uzi. So definitely that can also deal a lot of damage with that fire rate, because just the bullets. And there we go, the first knock on Team Mayhem. But there comes a good trade by Nikhil, as Nikhil gets 2 knocks on Team Nemesis, and he'll be dealing the damage that Team Mayhem wanted. There we go, the third knock on Team Nemesis, and he is going to be unstoppable, as Team Mayhem lost one of their teammates. But Nemesis is going to deal a lot of damage from Team Mayhem, Nikhil, and he confirms the 3 kills, whereas the last player from Team Nemesis is to be allowed and is forced to get out of this position and go for the survivor points.
Yeah, but at the same time, the way Nikhil came in with that gun, he had a sparse in his hand as well. I think he used a cork at the end, to take down players, but very well placed. I mean, his crosshairs are working out for him. Ban Patel on the other side will be running away from them as far as possible. It was not necessary for Nemesis to go in and challenge somebody, whereas Mariex on the other side has already started to make Nivesh pay. He's going to be confirming Nivesh as well. That could be the biggest blow which Blind Esports could ever get in the map of Kalahari in the beginning itself. So it looks like, Blind Esports will be playing a little more weaker than normally when it comes to the map of Kalahari.
Definitely, we saw that yesterday too, that Blind Esports were trying for a passive gameplay. They are just aiming for 15 to 20 points in each and every game to maintain their position on the #1. Well, if we talk about right now the fight between Team Blind Esports and Team NBA, well, this is kind of a surprise, as Team NBA, they have already got a kill on Team Blind Esports, and now this is a 4 versus 3 fight, whereas the airship is also approaching the near about area of Blind Esports. Okay, Golden with that amazing DMR is present on that sniper tower, and now he is trying to take some shots on Team Blind Esports. Meanwhile, if we talk about that, we have Team TSG Army and Team Enigma Gaming engaging in that initial fight, where Harini becomes the first player to get knocked out by the help of Ojasvi, and Ojasvi confirms that kill, and Radha Thakur with that Max 7 Loverboy was on a split from his team. previous gaming, Loverboy was really far away from his team, and he is going to pay the price for that.
Yeah, eventually another grenade being cooked against the side of Enigma Gaming could be a bit of a trouble for them. They have to make sure to get some placement points. Gowdra is also going for a grenade. A good exchange coming in on their side, but eventually TSG Army are the team which is actually having an higher hand over here. Chillu will be the man on the top. He has a lot of job to do at this point of time. If he gets taken down, obviously that's the end of Enigma Gaming, and the downfall of Enigma Gaming can actually begin from here when it comes to the overall point standing. A third party coming in from behind, I believe, and that is why TSG Army is kind of losing their concentration at this point of time. But still, a good grenade knocked out two strong players. When it comes to the map of Kalahari, sticking together behind one small box could be really fatal, and Enigma Gaming have already started to do so. The Blind Esports at one point of time was found vulnerable because they were playing a split game, but I don't know why Enigma Gaming got taken down so badly.
Well, they were engaged against Team NBA, and now they are in for a third party. But if we talk about the point standings for the match number 49, that was the previous match. Well, we have Team D Esports. They got that booyah with around 5 kills, if I'm right. Yes, they got with 5 kills a good booyah in their hands. We have Team Chaos with 25 points. Raven Esports on the third position with 23 points. Life Hackers with 20 points. Total Gaming Esports getting a total of 19 points in that matchup. We had Blood Bashers getting 14. Team Headhunters 12. TSM FTX getting 11 points on the 8th position. 9th, this Gamers with 8. UG Mania on the 10th position with 6 points. Level Iconic with 5 points on the 11th position. And we had Team AFF Esports getting eliminated at the 12th position with a single kill.
Yeah, and at the same time, we would like to see that, TSM FTX have been suppressed, DESI Gamer suppressed, UG Mania suppressed, but good to see that Raven Esports, and we have Team Chaos, and we have Blood Bashers slowly making it up the ladder as well. So these are the teams who actually had to perform today, and it looks like they're doing so. But on the other side, TSG Army with 4 kills in their name, performing so well. Now we have seen that NBA, the team which has also been suppressed, who needs to make sure that they have enough number of kills and will be facing a Blind Esports. It's a 2v4 fight which is going to happen over here. But I believe that Blind Esports are actually trying to take. I don't know why they're choosing to take this fight, especially because it's a very bad fight for them. But eventually, Ginothra is going to make that equation right by knocking down one player, confirming in as well. It's going to be a 3v3 fight. This is what Blind Esports is all about. There's going to be Bablu gets taken down. NBA wants to come back hard at this point of time. Mary gets a bit more closer to Ginothra. There's a small opening through which they can put up a grenade and take him out. But Ginothra with the landmine can be getting one player down. But eventually, Ginothra is still suffering in the hands of Mary X, who will be putting him down. They has to go around and make sure that he survives, but he's going to be taken down by Abhay's grenade. VCR comes in a bit more closer. It's a close in fight happening between Abhay and him. Abhay is almost down to so much low HP, and it's going to be the jump which is going to be taking place. Abhay has to heal himself and pick up Ginothra at this point of time. I don't know how things are going to turn out. VCR has a long way inside this match. If he doesn't come down, then he's going to be losing both his teammates, and it's going to be a 1v2 anytime soon.
Well, he has to come up at any particular moment because he has to revive Mariex, but Abhay won't be allowing that as he confirms this kill. Ginothra will try to find out VRC is holding at which particular position. Right now, Abhay and Ginothra will kind of take some breath for themselves as VRC is busy healing himself, but he has no healings present with himself, only with 100 HP. Abhay makes a heal on himself with that mushroom, if I'm right. Okay, he has that breather. Now the airship is also approaching as Ginothra is cooking that grenade on VRC, but he takes that sound on him as he pushes on Ginothra. Ginothra will be taking him down with the help of that SMG, and they have wiped out the whole team.
When you have a player like Ginothra still alive for the side of Blind Esports, it's a 2-man squad which is more than enough to take a booyah in their name. What a gameplay coming in from his side. He came in, made the equation correct, but at the end of the day, the way he was able to take down 3 players and getting 6 valuable kill points is really good. But on the other side, Team Chaos Carry, the MVP of the previous game, who played really well with just 2 kills, 941 damage. He did... I know it's very less damage and very less kills compared to the other MVPs, but he did the job for his team which was required. On the other side, I'm very much impressed by Ginothra's gameplay over here. I mean, he knew exactly the kind of inventory he needs to go in for a fight, and he was able to do so. The 2 of the bottom teams right now facing off one another, Mayhem versus GodLike, where Mayhem has already lost Fast Frost. So let's see how things will turn out for them.
Well, definitely now taking a look on Team Mayhem going against Team GodLike. They have a fight on Santa Catrina as Mayhem were already busy in an initial fight and now they are here for a second fight for this match. Well, Tista with that M2B has pinned down Nikhil on his angle near the house that he has spotted, and definitely he will be pinning down that angle. He knows he has marked that angle for his teammates and now they're looking for that first knock. Meanwhile, Mayhem, they've already confirmed 3 kills as they allowed one player from the team. If I remember, okay, I don't remember the team, but yes, only one player would be surviving from the side of Team Mayhem that was allowed and forced to go outside. Right now discussing about this fight, Team Mayhem, Godel will take a fall back from that situation. I think so they're going for the hill advantage that they might get against Team Mayhem, but Abhirao, he has spotted Alhan in the open and now spots Kingsman as both of the players are getting shot down, and Abhirao will manage to take down Godel Kingsman.
Yeah, and eventually he's doing an amazing job over here. Kingsman, Abhirao, both of them very vulnerable. His teammates are not giving any kind of cover fire, which could be a problem for them. Kingsman gets taken down the second time, probably confirmed at this point of time. Let's see how things will turn out for them. Continuous shots being dealt by them. Kingsman again gets taken down. It's going to be Abhirao who actually started this assault against them. A push coming in from the side of Mayhem can actually cause a lot for Godel at this point of time.
Right.
This time, it's going to be Ashish who gets taken down. Kingsman and Ashish, they've burned most of their resources. One more knock coming in from neither of these players. I know they won't be left out with any kind of healings. The zone is also starting to do a lot of damage as well. It's going to be Nikhil attacking from the other side. He's going to take down Kingsman yet again, and I believe that 2 players of Godel will eventually be saying goodbye to their teammates as Ashish also gets taken out. Abhirao has done an amazing job holding that off angle, and I believe that he's done most of the damage required for the team of Godel. Now they'll be wanting to fall back. Abhay gets taken down by Eco. PVS versus Blind Esports, something happening somewhere far away. 5 kills in the name. Ginotra will be the man who will be trying to revive Abhay and try to hold this game back as Eco and his teammate will be trying to take him out. Ashustar on the other side has taken down Enigma Gaming. Yash, I believe this could be the beginning of the end for Team Blind Esports as Ginotra will be going down because of the zone as well.
Definitely right now Team Blind Esports are facing a lot of damage from Team PVS Gaming as they're holding that amazing angle for themselves on the refinery, but also they also have to go for the zone as they're only left with 50 seconds in their hand. Well, yes, they are trying for that as Ginotra once again gets picked up. The healings come into play at the perfect moment. You have the healings, you will revive your teammate and you will try to enter the zone. Meanwhile, talking about the fight between Team Chaos, Team Chemin Esports and Team Elite, they are busy in that rich fight or inside the circle, so definitely that can go for a long time, but they're only left with 30 seconds in their hands as the 3rd zone is about to close in and become the 4th zone. Talking about Chemin Esports, Ashustar did manage to get some knock on Team Elite, but yes, he wasn't able to confirm those knocks.
Yeah, eventually I can see that 4 unknown right now concentrating their firepower against PVS Gaming, who have Ginotra right behind them as well. So it's going to be Blind Esports who can take advantage of this. The danger zone is already started to do damage as well. Adam gets taken down, he's revived. Right now he's going to be healing himself. Once that bomb starts to fall, I believe most of them will get taken down. Team Elite is also sleeping and taking a risk inside the danger zone as well. Team 1 on the other side, on the corner of the danger zone, is going to be Team Elite. And one more team, it's going to be team number 5, who's right at the center of danger zone, who could be getting most of the damage. So let's see whether danger zone will actually do some damage. Until then, we have TSG who are holding that lower part of refinery, which is the most crucial spot. 4 unknown, Anand all alone on the other corner. Anand and Swastik. I can only see 3 players of 4 unknown alive at this point of time. That comes up to say that one player has actually gone down.
You know what, 4 unknown, they know the drop off refinery. They drop off here, they make their loot here at this position. So yes, they know the exact points where they really want to hold at a particular time, but the zone is moving out of the refinery. So yes, they are also one of the teams that they have to move out of their positions. As Abhirao, the teams inside the zone are on the lower ridge. So yes, even if they are inside the zone, they are not getting saved from that damaging power of the teams on the upper ridges. Meanwhile, Team Evil Army, look at them. They have no clue that they have around 5 to 6 teams surrounding them, and they're just holding their position for the placement points.
Yes, at the same time, Chemin Esports have a very good location. They have to restrict Team Elite to come a bit more closer to them, because we all know what Pahadi can do with that sniper once he gets closer. Ashustar at this point of time has to heal up as well. Adam is getting tagged by another team pretty much far away. So let's see how things are going to turn out for them. Kaushik is cooking a grenade at this point of time. He could do the damage for the team against Team Elite. Yes, does the damage against Killer, but not the kind of damage to put him down. On the other side, PVS has taken on Wizardo. Swastik is going to be exchanging that with Eco. 4unknown was left out with only 2 players. Probably the first time. Oh, he's going to be confirming Eco. That comes up to say that 4unknown versus previous gaming is becoming more intense, and this action could be fatal for the side of 4unknown as well. On the other side, Team Elite coming a bit more closer to Chemin Esports, as Kaushik is going to cook up another grenade and hoping to see that he takes him down. It's going to be Kaushik will be cooking. Iconic also been cooking. Killer gets taken down because of Adam with that Max 7. He's going to be confirming him as well. It's going to be another grenade being cooked by the side of Aim God, and it's going to be Adam who will be getting tagged off at this point of time.
Aim God with that M1887 got 2 knocks on Team Elite, as now they get wiped out at the 6th position. A triple kill for TSG Ojasvi, and now we have 5 teams and 15 players surviving. Look at that. Evil Army at the last moment, they have acquired a good position inside the zone. Meanwhile, talking about Team Chemin Esports, they are kind of on the upper edge where they can climb the ridge and make an angle on Evil Army, but the zone shift is kind of favoring Evil Army at this moment, as after 5 seconds the zone will start to close in, and team number 9, TSG Army, the kill leaders at this moment, are approaching for the zone, and they are the hunters. They want to hunt the players down, and they want to get the kills at any cost. The warning comes up and the zone is going to start to close in, as Hrithik gets a knock on Nobita. We talked about this, and now they are executing this as Hrithik gets a kill on Nobita. Now they have acquired 8 kills for them, and they're busy fighting with Team Evil Army. 4unknown, Swastik gets a kill confirmation on Team PVS Gaming, and as Team 4unknown are also entering on with that single grenade from the grenade launcher. Evil Army, the position they had, they have lost it. Well, they will be able to revive the teammates, but they don't have the HP, a single glue ball difference, and now they are in okay. They have the glue ball still present with them, as now the shots by Legend is going to deal the damage. Ojasvi with that landmine gets a knock on Evil.
Yeah, but it's going to be the fight to the finish between Evil Army vs TSG, where we can see that Legend is going closer with Ojasvi, with the melee, will be confirming all of them, and it's going to be a fight to the finish between 3 teams at this point of time. We still have 4unknown alive, but they have the center of the circle. They can go in for a heal battle at the end of the day. CS Gaming have to make it inside. TSG have to make it inside. 4unknown Anand will have to cook some grenades to make sure that he stays alive. Let's see what's going to happen from here on, as 4unknown still have an advantage. The play zone is eating up everybody. Anand with that MP40 will be confirming a kill, and that's a booyah for 4unknown, coming in with 2 men standing, holding that higher ground near Refinery. They'll be able to get the booyah with least work done. Sometimes your preparation in this game is half game won, and that is what 4unknown is proved us yet again, and I'm really happy. 3 predictions, 2 from Indie Desk and 1 from English Desk. I made sure that our dignities are held up. I thank you so much, 4unknown, but an amazing gameplay coming in from their side.
You talk about Team TSG Army, you talk about Team Evil Army, you also talk about Team Chemin Esports. These were the 3 teams having that player advantage. These were the 3 teams having all the players left with them, but out of nowhere there comes 4unknown with the heal battle, with the perfect position, and they got that boy in the end with the last single kill.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? In the game of Free Fire, in the game of Battle Royale, it's not about what you have. It's about where you are at what point of time. 4unknown was at the right spot at the right time. No matter how many people were alive, they knew that V2 are more than enough, They always held to the higher ground. That vertical advantage always gave them an opportunity to dominate against other teams. And I do believe it was a very, very good gameplay coming in from their side. PVS Gaming was actually slaughtering them at one point of time. But still, after Eco got taken down, PVS started to come down in a very, very bad way too, is what I would like to say. Team Elite coming in, we had the fight between Team TSG and Evil Army actually took off the complete attention away from 4unknown, and due to which we were not able to predict it. But I was keeping an eye on 4unknown throughout the game, and I knew that their positioning when it comes to Kalahari has always been amazing, due to which they are the kings of Kalari always.
Well, definitely. Right now, the zone also focused on them. It was a
Yeah.
zone near the refinery, and their drop is refinery. So definitely, they didn't need to move out of their drop, and they just wanted to hold on their position with the kills. You talked about TPVS Gaming having 2 kills on Team 4 Unknown, but after that, they got engaged against Team
Yeah.
Blind Esports.
Yeah.
So yes, as they were busy killing Blind Esports, Team 4 Unknown got a better position.
Yeah, but it's all about that. Your enemy's enemy becomes your friends anytime soon. So eventually, the friends of 4 Unknown actually help them to get a very good booyah in their
Yeah.
name. For now,
Yeah, the next match is going to come for the day. Well, this is the third matchup for the day as we take a look on the teams. Group A versus Group D on the map of Bermuda. Talking about Group A, we have Team Total Gaming, Team Chaos, Raven Esports, Level Iconic, Team Life Hackers, and Team D Esports from the side of Group A, as this is the week 3, day 3, match number 51. Now the next cheat is going to come where we'll be seeing the teams from Group D.
As we look on to Group D, we'll have teams like TSM FTX, UG Mania, AFF Esports, Headhunters, Blood Bashers, and DESI Gamers coming in for this match. And looking at the last match, man, what a match that was! TSC Army almost with the almost had the booyah in the hand if they would have gone for that zone advantage. If they had a zone advantage, it would have been very favorable for them. But 4 Unknown with the Tumen standing just holding the fort just at the head. Like, you can't cut off the head, but at the same time, I love the way that the other team was, which was with them. Which team was it?
4 Unknown.
4 Unknown, TSG Army, and there was one more team.
Evil Army and Chemin Esports.
Evil Army and Chemin Esports. A good gameplay coming in from all the teams that were out there, but eventually at the end of the day, 4 Unknown are the kings of the Kalahari, making it sure that they get that booyah in the name. And it's time to move on to the next match, A versus D. So what are your predictions on this? Because it comes up to the last day, and everyone is giving their max best whatever they can to win those, win in the top 18, to be in the top 18. This is the priority for all the teams.
You know, definitely I chose Team Life Hackers in the first match, and now I'll be choosing the second team, that is Blood Bashers. So yes, there are some teams that performed pretty well previously, and now we'll be going for the cast predictions for the third match of the day, the match number 51, and we'll be live that in a short moment. We have the Hindi desk choosing Team Headhunters from the side of Musab, and from DESI Gamers we have Monish Nayak choosing it. Well, from the English desk, a Total Gaming from your side, Red Cape, and I chose Team Level Iconic. Well, talking about the Tamil desk, we also have one more caster choosing Headhunters and Raven Esports from the side of CCG Bluebird. Okay,
and
Telugu
looking at Telugu desk,
yeah.
then there's T18 Gaming for TSM FTX and Headhunters by HTG LKS. So 3 people opting in for Headhunters. So that comes to say that someone is very confident with Headhunters. Let's see if Headhunters is able to execute another booyah when it comes to the map of Bermuda. So I hope like Headhunters have already got 4 to 5 booyahs in the name, 4 to 5, and they are already in the top 6. So if they get one more booyah, so it will be easier for them to stay in the top 6 and just go into the finals. And let's see how it moves for them as the game is going to commence in the next few seconds. But before that, let's come back again to the teams. TSM FTX was somewhere close by in the top. They are in the top 18, but I want to see them in the top 12. So let's say if this match, Amidron must have something up his sleeves. We were able to see that in the first initial days. Week 2, not so good. Week 3, yet still climbing up. So we'll know it for sure.
Definitely, TSM FTX is kind of disbalancing with their placements. But now we'll be diving into the 51st match of the day. And there we go. Life Hackers, Team Level Iconic, Team D Esports, Raven Esports, Team Chaos, Total Gaming, AFF Esports, DESI Gamers with Blood Bashers, Headhunters, TSM FTX, and UG Mania, Snapdragon Conquest, Free Fire Pro Series, Week 3, Day 3, match number 51. And there's the plane that we always look out for right now, flying above the Bermuda map.
Looking at the flight path that's going on towards Milk, dissecting the map almost into half. Let's say, yes, it's not dissecting, it's a bit eastern shift, but at the same time, the blue zone forming at Graveyard is going to give an advantage to Team D Esports. Team D Esports who opted to go for the stream drop locations as 4 Unknown when it comes to the map of Bermuda. This time 4 Unknown is not there, so they are going to opt in for Shipyard. The blue zone advantage might be taken off by Team Chaos. Let's see if they are able to make it there. They'll have to walk on foot, but at the same time, watch out for Team D Esports. As we look on to the rest of the squads going in for their default location, I don't see any early skirmishes happening, but there might be an early skirmish between AFF Esports and Blood Bashers. Both the teams at Clock Tower right now, so they are landing against each other. So this is the area we have to watch out for. Total Gaming right now holding the regular drop location near Mel. And I think AFF Esports and Blood Bashers have already landed. Yes, they are landing at Clock Tower. Early skirmishes happening. Pawan already has gun in his hand and is going to go for the push onto the side of Team Blood Bashers.
Yes, it is a fight between Blood Bashers and Team AFF Esports on the clock tower, and Licky, he already has the weapons available with him. Well, this is the first initial fight we are going to see, but AFF Esports, they get it that Blood Bashers are present on to their near about, but there is another team, and now it's UG Mania. 3 teams near clock tower. Well, this is the fight we weren't looking for, but we will get it as Mafia is closing in. Oh no, Mafia! He went in the open and will be paying the price for that as Prince gets the first blur of the match on AFF Mafia.
At the same time, Pawan tries to give the backup for his team that is, but at the same time, they'll have to look at for 2 teams that is close range to them. That is a very close range. At the loss of Mafia, the team is going to suffer the wrath of 2 teams, so they have decided to take a different rotation rather than fighting it out, and very much out in the open is going to be Tyagi running for their lives right now, and it's more like saying that out of a pit into lion's den, and again that has happened with Team AFF Esports. Let's look up let's look at the quick replay of the last match. No, I think
last standings,
last match standings as it's going to pop up on our screen in a few seconds.
Well, definitely right now taking a look over to the Blood Bashers team. Okay, we have Aryan, Subhu, Licky and Edward. These are the 4 players present at the clock tower, while they have forced the other 2 teams to go out of the clock tower onto different drops and fight with each other. They are just enjoying their loot on the clock tower as Subhu is busy. Well, the zone is also going to close in within a 1-minute timer. As the teams are busy with their loot, Subhu has to heal himself too. Well, just a
farming is always important, and as we look onto the point standings of the last match number 50, we had TSG Army getting 39 points, did not get that booyah. At the same time, 4 unknown with the 2-man standing getting a booyah, finishing off at the 3rd place with 28 points. Chemin Esports at the 2nd place with 29, Evil Army at the 4th with 17, PVS with 16, Blind Esports again with 16. So that comes to say that every team has equal number of points in the hand, but Blind Esports coming up with 16 points, they are wanting to play it safe. They know that they have already qualified for the finals, and they do not need to do much more. At the same time, they might be trying to execute new strategies coming up from the side. So let's see if they are able to hold the first position at the end of the day, as 4 unknown gets back-to-back booyahs. So if it's possible for them, 4 unknown will always try to stay on the top of the leaderboard, irrespective of whether it's the finals or the league stages.
Well, the MVP of the previous match is going to be from TSG Army, TSG Ojasvi. Even if it was a booyah for Team 4 unknown, this guy got 5 kills and a total damage of 1,567. Well, the last squad that got wiped out, Evil Army, you remember, right? That was by Millies. Only and only Millies by the side of Ojasvi got 3 players. That was kind of a funny moment too. But yes, Millie, you know, Scythe with a lot of damage, deals a lot of damage in the close range. But now we kind of witness a cooking fight between Team DESI Gamers and Team number 9. That is going to be Team TSM. Well, Fabindro on his bike is just roaming around in the city of Pochinok. Now he gets that damage from Insane, and yes, he'll be changing his position, just coming back to he's just circling around that house. Okay, he's not stopping. Fabindro, what are you doing, man?
And at the same time, Ambitron gets a bit of the damage, but heals up to his full potential again. Fabindro again going in with the vehicles. TSM Old Monk has pushed on towards the side of DESI Gamers, spotted Shanti out in the open. Mr. J has been knocked out at the same time. Fabindro gets knocked out. 2 players from TSM FTX down right now. The last 2 players standing have to watch out for the players. Insane getting tagged at the same moment, comes up with the glue wall at the proper place, at the proper time, gonna go heal up to his full potential. Meanwhile, TSM FTX loses one of the players. 2nd player also taken down. So it's the last 2 players standing. That's going to be Fab, Intro and Ametron just holding the location. Shanti, Harsh and Insane going in for that push at the single building. Old Monk just holding it out, waiting at the opening of the building, making sure that none of the players enter, but at the same time going in for a launch. And now on the terrace, a different angle. He's trying to make up a different angle. A knock comes up from the side of Moldbong, gets 2 knocks. That's DG Shanti, and he will try to finish them at the same time. A 3rd knock, trying for a 3rd knock. Chrono Shield has been popped up and gets knocked out. A close range sniper from the side of Ignite. The last player, Ametron, comes in, but TSM FTX gets eliminated at the hands of DG.
You know, the fight got started off by the help of DESI Gamers. Insane, he is always the man getting the kills for the team, and Indian Ignite with the close range sniper. He had that Max 7, but he switched to his M82B in the close range and getting 2 headshots with the help of M82B. He totally wiped out Team TSM FTX on the 12th position. Well, now after that fight, we have Level Iconic. They just don't leave it. Level Iconic, they love the initial fights, they love the third parties, and we have Team Blood Bashers also approaching the Pochinok City. So yes, these two teams we talked about, and now they're present on the Pochinok City to fight against Team DESI Gamers.
And I think DESI Gamers will be able to rip them both these teams apart. Looking at the gameplay that's coming from the side that, right now, as they have 4 kills already in their name, 2 to divide amongst 2 players. 2 players almost at the edge of getting finished off, but the revive comes in at the proper time from DESI Gamers, and Blood Bashers might try to come in for the push after the fight that's going to happen between Team Level Iconic and DESI Gamers, as Insane comes out in the open, tries to go in for the push. The glue wall is trying to be taken down. I see Aladdin gets knocked out, so this is what I've been talking about. Shanti is gonna give the team the backup that they need when they're gonna go in for that push. Aladdin gets the revive that they need, but at the same time the shelter is not gonna hold, the house is not gonna shelter them for much longer, as Blood Bashers are taking a different angle, and Headhunters also wants to be a part of this action as they come in from the back, and I see Total Gaming also have approached the scenario. 5 squads. It's going to be hectic here when they fight against each other. Very chaotic situations upcoming.
You know, out of the 5 squads, we have 6 squads near about this area, because we also have an angle called Raven Esports. So yes, half of the server is near about the Pochinok City, as Total Gaming is straightforward just rush in. Right now, Fozia J, previously we also saw in their matchup that Total Gaming was looking out for kills. They weren't looking out for the position, as Edward gets a knock on Shanti, and now we face the first knock on Team DESI Gamers. They have wiped out Team TSM FTX, but this is not going to be easy, as now Delete gets taken down with the help of Shubu, and UG Mania is going to confirm his kill on Kanishk. Meanwhile, Java Boy gets a knock on Pavan, and AFF Esports is facing the damage by the help of UG Mania. Well, Blood Bashers right now holding their position. We also have one more squad approaching. There is going to be Headhunters, but right now they're just the watchers, they're just the observers of this fight between Total Gaming and Team DESI Gamers.
DESI Gamers looking very vulnerable right now, as one more player comes up from the back. Total Gaming wants to go in for the push. A nade being poked up, no damages yet, and a player DG Ignite gets knocked out. Fozia J being traded off at the same time. Harsh and Mafia are trying to play off against each other as we look onto DESI Gamers. Harsh being knocked out at close range. Licky comes out, Delete takes down. It's almost the end for DESI Gamers, as the last player standing is going to be Shanti. I think the last player for Total Gaming is going to be Mafia, who's trying to heal up. No, all the 4 players of Total Gaming are still alive. The last player from DESI Gamers is kind of far from the squad and have decided to play for the placement points, as we look on to Mafia taking down and finishing off the player from team from the team of Team DESI Gamers, and UG Mania comes in from the back, and at the same time Level Iconic popping in. It's so much action happening right now. DG, Delete, Mafia getting finished off, 2 players getting finished off. Total Gaming has been is getting vulnerable right now, as Delete gets that revive that innate. Fozia Jet, Delete and Ansh, the 3 players standing from Total Gaming with 2 kills, tries to dissect through DESI Gamers, but still a 1 player remaining. I think I don't see the player where he is, but I think he has decided to fall away from the location.
Yeah, definitely he is right now in the southern eastern part of the city. Meanwhile, right now taking a look on team number 5, Team Level Iconic, they were here to get some cheeky amount of kills. Well, they got 2 kills, as Ron and A confirmed one of the kills on Total Gaming. But now, after they are wanting to exit the city, Headhunters won't allow that. They have the central position. You have to hold that position, because Headhunters are right now at a perfect position to make a 4th party on Team Level Iconic. Whereas Raven Esports, they are chilled out, but now the chilling time is over, because they have to move out for the zone. Talking about Team Life Hackers, they are on the northern part of the city. As they are coming down from the peak, they have a good position, they have the ridges with them, but definitely they'll be open to every single team from Pochinok if they come down from the peak.
A concentric second zone being formed, giving advantage to all the teams that were already positioned at the center. As we talk about the DESI Gamers with 4 kills, loses 3 of the players in the fight against Total Gaming with just Insane standing and just gonna play for the placement points right now. As we look onto Team Blood Bashers, 1 kill eliminated. They got that 1 kill between that fight. They were just able to execute those knocks and finishes. They were just watching out from a distance and making sure that they are able to get whatever cheeky kills is possible for them. As we talk about Blood Bashers, Edward is gonna go in and call a drop at the place that's in front of them, the small opening in front of him, and try to get some loots that might give them the advantage for long range fights. At the same time, as we look onto Java Boy, they are kind of holding it back. At the same time, they want Total Gaming, Blood Bashers, DESI Gamers, Level Iconic and Headhunters to fight off. At the same time, there's Raven Esports also. So many squads at so close proximity. It's just the second zone about to close in 15 seconds. So every player has the knowledge of the zone. They know that every team will be here and fight it against each other.
You know, we haven't seen a single elimination of the last 4 minutes. We are seeing that 11 players are out of the match, but no squad except one squad is out of the game. So yes, definitely this is going till a long time in the Pochenock City. Well, we talk about one more meta, that is the icy grenades. As they have made a comeback, they are just lying down on the floor. They haven't been picked up by the teams. They're just lying down on the floor just inside their houses to slow down the teams and then make a rush. Well, Team UG Mania, they have spotted the last player. Insane. He was speaking on UG Mania and now he is holding an angle. Well, let's see if he confirms one of the kills on UG Mania or not, because UG Mania, they have already confirmed 3 kills for them.
My,
and now they just want to hunt down the player. And
Really?
Insane with that melee, the Sky doing the damage in the close range. Well, he's hiding behind the glue walls, using the resources. Pretty good, but now here they come with the melees already, as he got a knock from the melees. So yes, you will face the damage from the melees, and now they're in the open. But Kunal Jr. from the behind with that M1887 will get the last kill on DESI Gamers, and now DESI Gamers, they are eliminated at the 11th position, and the treatment gun getting utilized, and the players will be healed up.
At the same time, getting finished off, DESI Gamers the last player from DESI Gamers tried to pop a nade and tried to get some kills in his name, but unfortunately wasn't able to do so. At the same time, Anj gets knocked out. The revive comes in quickly from the side of Fozzy Ajay. At the same time, the treatment gun being used again and again from the side of UG Mania, getting tagged on. They do not want to waste off their resources and going to stick to the treatment gun. As we talk about the number of squads right now, the zone is closing in. I want to look at this map once. I want to see where the zone is going to form in, and yes, the map pops up on our screen.
Wow.
It might be a concentric zone where Factory, where Factory and Pochenock might come into the zone. Let's see if the prediction goes no, and it's a concentric circle once again, and a red zone being found on top of that onto Headhunters, Team Level Iconic and DESI Gamers. As we talk about a player, the last player from AFF Esports, I think that's the last player, right? From AFF Esports, Tyagi. Yeah, Tyagi trying to make his way into the zone. He have to watch out. No one is gatekeeping from his side, but at the same time, he'll have to watch out for Headhunters and UG Mania, because coming towards Pochenock City is going to make it a bit difficult for him to be out in the open. Raven Esports also holding a offside angle outside the zone, making sure that no teams comes up behind them and sneaks up from the back, making the team a bit more vulnerable.
Definitely, this is a beautiful moment. Each and every single team, they predicted the zone perfectly, and now all the teams are inside the zone except AFF Esports, because Tyagi is the lone player that wants to enter the zone. Okay, we also have Team Chaos. They were at the factory inside the zone, but after the zone shift, currently fully concentrating the Pochenock City, they also have to enter the zone. And Team D Esports, I don't think so they'd be allowing that, because they are the silent killers. Previously they got that Booyah in the previous match, and definitely with the silent killings that they do, they can take a lot of damage on Team Chaos, and they have forced Team Chaos to take a longer rotation from the side of Tyagi and Team UG Mania to enter inside the zone. Meanwhile, there's a rush coming in from the side of Raven Esports on Headhunters, as Headhunters were holding that angle. Well, they also have 4 of the teammates present with them, and now they are being forced out from their position. Okay, there goes a grenade. Ajit with that grenade can take a lot of damage, but there was a glue wall at a perfect moment, and that grenade was pretty well cooked up and won't do a lot of damage on the enemy team. Holding their positions behind the zones, they have to take this fight, because right now they are on the edge of the zone and they need to go for the center circle.
I love the split gameplay coming from the side of Headhunters, where Reaper and Asim have decided to stay a bit far from the team. At the same time, Raven Esports comes and takes the advantage of the entire building that's in front of them as the zone closes in, and AFF Esports trying to make their way into the zone, but out in the open, giving a bit more damage to the last player standing. A flare has been summoned in by the side of Shai Shankar, and they have Icy that's going to be Level Iconic in front of them. They have to watch out for them as the zone shifts towards the eastern side, giving an advantage to Level Iconic, Team Headhunters and Raven Esports. At the same time, I think Asim and Reaper are going to be the gatekeepers. Team Chaos have been spotted in by UG Mania. UG Mania coming out in the open will take those fight again Team Chaos, because Team Chaos looks very vulnerable. At the same time, Team D Esports tries to go on for that push onto Team Blood Bashers. The last 2 players standing for Team, the last 3 players standing for Team Total Gaming, just holding locations, and they'll also have to move out in a few moments as the zone is going to close in the next 20 seconds, 27 seconds, and we have the fourth zone about to be formed, and a beautiful nade being popped from the side of D Roshan, glue walls and chrono shields being popped up at the right side.
You know, this is the moment now. We are going to see fights after fights as blood clashes with the Esports. Amit Wala gets a knock with the help of Max 7, and now this is a fight that we didn't want to see, but it is happening as Shubhu gets taken down, and now we have an angle on the Esports. It is a 1 versus 1 between Licky and RNSS as RNSS goes in and might take out the whole team. Okay, Licky gets a revive on Shubhu. He is wanting to revive his teams, but Licky above the glue wall just climbs on that glue wall and is on a different angle for the team as Reaper gets a knock on Raven Esports. Okay, the zone is going to deal a lot of damage as this is the fourth zone closing in, and Blood Bashers, their story is over now. Team D Esports, they have revived themselves. Well, they have to go for the zone, but the zone is dealing a lot of damage. It is being the MVP at this moment as AFF Esports gets eliminated on #9 position. A triple kill for DG Delete with the help of that grenade, not with the snipers, but now with the grenades. Delete is going to deal a lot of damage. Meanwhile, look at their position. They're outside the zone, and the only team to be inside the zone is going to be Team Headhunters.
As we talk about Life Hackers, Baby, Predator, Taneja and Anshul, all the 4 players still standing, 0 kills in the name, but that's the man advantage coming to them. As we talk about the zone, the only teams in that zone is going to be Headhunters, and looking on to Team Total Gaming taking damage from the zone, have to make it eventually, and the zone is going to close in the next 20 seconds. That comes to say that 7 teams, 27 players standing. Every team wants to give their best. At the same time, Fozzy Ajay getting knocked out, Predator being finished off by Shai Shankar. A good opening coming from the side of Raven Esports. Team Elite suffering right now, and Raven Esports Prasanna also has been knocked out. Headhunters, Viper and Raja getting spotted, but Shai Shankar being traded off from the back by Headhunters. Reaper, who make sure to execute the kill. At the same time, Prasanna, Ajit and Deadshot standing for the team Raven Esports, and Headhunters with all the 4 players still alive. And as we look onto Raven Esports, Deadshot, he's taking a different fight. They have an advantage of the drop that's in front of them, giving the cover that they need. And as we talk about Reaper going in for a nade, Asim pops up a nade onto the side of Team Chaos. The second nade being popped up, and that's just in front of the glue wall. Might take down the entire squad, but no, a glue wall being popped up at the perfect time by the side of Team Chaos, and another nade comes in from the side of Asim, trying to take them out. A nade not properly cooked, but at the same time dealing damage to the side of Team Chaos. Total Gaming, Fozzy Ajay getting finished off. A nade very close. Team Chaos Carry getting knocked out and finished off. Mania comes in from the black. Life Hackers getting off finished off at the 7th place.
Yes, definitely. Now we have 6 squads and 17 players remaining as Tech KK gets a knock on Kunal Jr. in the close range. Well, he is the last player surviving. He has to revive his teammates and also heal at the same time. Well, the zone is going to close in a 9-second timer, and after that, it is the death zone that is going to come. No player is going to get survived from the team. Team Chaos, the M249 spray from UG Mania will deal the damage, and the team is out of the match. Ansh with that grenade will get a knock on Ron and Negi, the man with the grenades. On the man with the grenades, and Headhunters out of the game at the 5th position. Now we have Raven Esports. Level Iconic as Total Gaming gets out of the game with the help of Java Boy. Level Iconic at the 3rd position, and now Raven Esports are rushing towards Java Boy as they will take this down. And Raven Esports, they have this booyah in their hand. After taking down the team, they will be the MVP as their shot.
And Deadshot coming in as the MVP for the side of Raven Esports, holding cheeky angles, taking down the team of Headhunters. They went in there, had the zone advantage over Headhunters, made sure that they remove them, they flush them out of the building and make the Headhunters come out in the open and be a victim of the other squads that were already setting up for the zone. A set of fully planned ambush coming in from all the teams, and Headhunters had no way to move inside the zone as Team Chaos were gatekeeping them. Raven Esports also gatekeeping them from the other side. A backstab coming in from the side of Raven Esports and a frontal battle from the side of Team Chaos, making them very vulnerable.
You know, kind of Team Headhunters were inside the zone, but Team Chaos and Raven Esports were not expected to come inside the zone. They managed to come inside the zone at the last moment, and Team Headhunters were like, which team to kill, which player to kill at a moment. 2 players are knocked out, which player I have to revive or which player I have to kill. So yes, there were different situations for Team Headhunters at a single time. Definitely a good game from the side of Team Chaos too, but we have a booyah for Team Raven Esports as they silently entered the zone. They got the kills. They were passive throughout the start, but in the end, they were aggressive and they got all the kills.
Well, as we talk about UG Mania, Kunal going in for the cheeky shots, coming in, taking down 2 players of Team Chaos, but at the same time getting traded off, finished off, and Team Chaos was able to revive those 2 players.
Right.
But Headhunters made sure that they do not make it inside the zone, and at the same time, the Headhunters had to pay the cost of not watching out for Raven Esports coming in from the back. And Raven Esports taking down Total Gaming, and Total Gaming finishing off at the 4th place. That gives them a bit much ability to come up towards the top 12. Let's see if they are able to. Still, if they make it towards the top 12, they'll have to fight out in the wildcards again for the final 6 slots in the finale. And it was the end of the match number 3. We still have 3 more matches lined up for the league stages. This is the last day of league stages, week 3, day 3. And 6 squads, 6 teams will be bidding goodbye at the end of the day, and we'll know it for sure at the end of the day. But what a match, what a day it has been, and over exciting day, because the number of teams alive in the 5th and the 6th and the 7th zone has changed from week 1 and week 2. So many people are still alive right now, and it's time to move on to the next segment.
Well, the next segment is going to be the People Choice nominees. The 3 players from the 3 matches are going to be on the chats for you, and now you have to vote for them as they are the MVPs for the 3 matches. And there we have the names: TSG Ojaswi, we have CES Aim God, and from UG Mania we have Prince XSG.
And at the same time, as we look about Ojaswi, I think he had a good gameplay coming in from the side in the map of Kalahari. So he has been nominated for the same. All you need to do is go into the chat section. There will be a poll going on for all these 3 players. You know how they have played in this entire tournament. Throughout the day, all you need to do is be unbiased and vote for those favorite player or the favorite player that you have in your mind. One of these 3 players you have to vote in for, and let's see who wins it.
Definitely, these 3 players, they performed pretty well for their matches, and they got the gunpowder that the team wanted from them. And now you have to vote for them unbiasedly. Well, we know that the 3 matches are over, and now this is the time that we go for a break. But before that, the phone.
Oh yeah, I remember playing on this phone yesterday, but I think it's very much faster. I like the fast charging coming in, the 5000 plus mAh battery, the 5G coming in, and the new Wi-Fi processors also. But at the same time, we'll talk about it in a few while, as we are gonna go for a short break. See you guys in in a short while. Go grab your popcorns or whatever you wanna do, but come back here. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a short while.
Staying connected is now more important than ever, and 5G strengthens those connections. Qualcomm's 5G leadership is supporting virtual ways of learning, even in remote areas. You'll see our 5G leadership powering always connected mobile PCs, and wherever multiplayer gaming is connecting more friends in real time. At Qualcomm, we remain focused on transforming industries, creating jobs, and supporting the economy. The invention age is here. At Qualcomm, we invented the breakthroughs that made 5G possible. That means you'll see our 5G leadership transforming industries like agriculture. The invention age is here, and it's about to change everything.
You deserve a mobile PC that's as connected as your smartphone, with battery life that can last for days. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, strap! Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You shake it like you really wanna. You shake it like you really wanna. Shake it like you really gotta. Set, strut, hey, drop to the side, do a little wiggle, then glide to the right, shake just a little right, hey, hey, are you ready? Count 1, 2, 3, strut!
It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. Wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job.
You deserve the freedom to immerse yourself in other worlds and explore new realities. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve multiplayer games that respond at the speed of 5G. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve a camera that delivers professional image quality in any lighting condition. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. What's inside your mobile device matters.
早安，能量。你的建议书做得真好。
I'm so glad to hear it.
It's why the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform matters. Because you deserve the freedom to immerse yourself in virtual worlds and explore new realities. You deserve an intelligent camera that delivers professional image quality in any lighting condition. And a mobile PC that's as connected as your smartphone with battery life that can last for days. You deserve multiplayer games that respond at the speed of 5G.
谢谢 Daniel.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And you deserve the ability to stream crisp, high-resolution videos in more places anytime with 5G. You deserve all the best 5G experiences. That's why your devices deserve the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform.
It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. Wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series. Well, this is the week 3, day number 3, and we are live with the last 3 matches for the day. Joining me as my co-caster is Cape.
Red Cape coming in back again, joining guys, and at the same time, let's look back. I've been wondering, it's already 3 weeks, so fast it has been. 3 days for league stages week 1, three days again for week 2, and 2 days already over, and it's almost the last 3 matches coming in. At the same time, before the break we were talking about the phone. That the Poco X3 coming in. It has almost a 5160 mAh battery and a 33 watt fast charging coming in. And 5 cameras, like that's 4 plus 1 in the front, and a 48 megapixel camera coming in, and 120 hertz screen. I think that's much more than enough to sell me out, and you can just get it for 20k, less than 20k. And that's like easy to convince your parents to get that phone. Like you can tell them like you need it for some study purposes, but at the same time you can use it for gaming. And games like Free Fire, yesterday if you have caught us off guard playing us at the start of the match, me and Aka were playing it. We were so engrossed in that display, the 120 refresh rate while playing the Clash card. I was like, oh my god, I really love this phone. How do I get me one of this? And then I was like, I should take one of this home, but we'll know it for sure. We'll see at the finals if these phones are still here. And and let's look back at the last matches. And with TSG Army performance has evolved a lot in the last matches. With Total Gaming also being able to coming up again and again. So I'm happy with the performance. The next match is going to be A versus D. But at the same time, let's look at the results of the People's Choice Awards, and that's going to be taken by
TSG Army, TSG Ojasvi with 79% votes. Well, I kind of had that in my mind because you know the name, right? You know the name.
TSG Army.
Okay.
The army is in the chat section. They know what to do.
Yeah, right. And we also have UG Mania with 13% votes. Well, Prince performed pretty well, and Aim God with 8% votes at the 3rd position. So yes, these were the 3 players, the 3 MVPs of the 3 matches we just saw. But now the fourth map is going to come, and that too on Kalahari.
And it's going to be A versus D. Somewhere I think that this time the Booyah is going to go for TSG Esports, TSG Army, but at the same time I think the match is, the Booyah is going to go into the hands of Team D Esports. But as we look onto the groups, this is the teams that will be fighting out in the next match. That's match number 52 of League Stages Week 3 Day 3, where we have teams like Total Gaming, Team Chaos, Raven Esports, Level Iconic, Lifehackers and Team D Esports from Group A, and they will be fighting off against Group D. But as we talk about Group A, Total Gaming has been able to perform, Raven Esports getting Booyah, and again Team D Esports is what I'm opting for.
Well, now talking about the Group D, we have TSM FTX, UG Mania, AFF Esports, Headhunters, Blood Bashers and DESI Gamers. This is the last match for the group stages for these teams, because yes, A versus D is the group, and this is the third map for them. And after that, they won't be having any matches for the day and for the league stages too. So yes, this is the point.
This is the last match for them, right?
For them,
for Group A and
D,
and B versus C has the next two matches coming up. So this is the last match for them, and this is the duo die situation for some of the teams in that groups. They have to work out a lot, perform something, outperform themselves, and they have to bring it out whatever potential they have hidden so far. And this last match, even if they get a Booyah, somewhere 60 points they need it, like how Blind Esports performed in week 2. They got a 60-point Booyah, a 20 kills and 20 pointers coming in.
You know, that made the difference. That pretty Booyah got 60 points difference from team 4 Unknown. 4 Unknown are the defending champions. We do know that they'll be qualifying for the finals pretty easily, as they have already booked their slot. But we need to talk about PVS Gaming, as now 2 of the teams from the group are stuck. After this match, they won't be playing, so this is a chance then PVS Gaming can fight back and get some points.
Well, PVS Gaming also coming back into action. I think they're in the next match in Group B. So let's see how it's for them, because Raven Esports was also almost at the 18th to 20th place. If they're just at the borderline, if I'm
around 16-17.
Around 16-17. So these are the teams that have actually to watch out for, because teams like Mayhem, they are at the bottom. I don't think it's very easier for them to come back up, but they have to come up with something else, or they'll have to bid goodbye. And I think one more team might be like 6 teams will be leaving us. Let me explain you the format. Like the league stages were stretched across 3 weeks. There were 24 teams, and out of the 24 teams, 18 teams will be qualified, and out of the 18 teams, the top 6 teams will move on towards the finals, and the next 12 teams will move on to the wildcards, and the bottom 6 teams will be bidding us goodbye by the end of this day. And CG is coming up for the Poco phones on your screens right now.
Yeah, definitely. The Poco XC Pro chipped up with the Snapdragon Qualcomm 866 processor, the Pro data transfer, a fast data transfer with a fast charger of 33 watts. Okay, UFS 3.1. The sounds are also crystal and clear. The stereo sounds you talk about. Well, the Pro cooling too, with the liquid cooling present in the Poco XC Pro.
And the liquid cooling, I'm pretty much sure the phone won't heat up as mine. Like if I used to play 120 Hz display, so you can look at the display screen and see. You got the variants here. This is the blue one. Yes, that's the blue one, and this is the red one on your screen. I think I had enough of the gaming for today, and the production will be pretty mandatory if I start gaming again here itself. But there's a blue variant and a black variant that you see on the screens right now. I'm gonna get the blue variant at the end of the day.
Definitely, you love the blue variant, but I think so. Arka loved the black variant, as is the class.
Well, yes,
that's the classic variant.
Man.
But now the caster predictions are coming for the 4th match of the day, and we have to take a look over to that too. And there we go. From the Hindi desk, we have the predictions: DESI Gamers and Level Iconic by Musab Zaman and Monish Naik, respectively. From English desk, we have Team D Esports, as you just shared. Well, I just agree with DESI Gamers, having from my side Total Gaming, from T18 Gaming and World Loop, and Chaos and Raven Esports from Tamil and Telugu.
Team Chaos and Raven Esports. So something different. Every team, every caster has chosen something different. There are 2 or 3 that are going for team. Two casters actually going for Total Gaming, and let's see if the predictions goes on right. I went for Team D Esports, right? And you went for DESI Gamers. DESI Gamers. And as we look up on the last teams joining us again, this is going to be the last match for this teams that's coming up on your screens. Those are going to be Total Gaming, AFF Esports, and these are the teams who will be moving on again. And let's see if they're gonna stick to the regular drop location, because this is the last match and everyone wants to do a different experimentation when it comes to the final match of the league stages. And as we look up on the new CGs being popped up on our screen with the banner of the Qualcomm Snapdragon Conquest, flying at the end of the flight. And as we look on the flight path, it's going to be it's going to be starting off at Old Hampton, going in towards Refinery, Command Post, and ending off at Stone Ridge, dissecting the map into half.
Yeah, that definitely. Right now, taking a look on DESI Gamers, they are in a 2-2 split. 2 players going for the Foundation, while the other 2 players going for the Old Hampton drop. Talking about Team Chaos, they are on the Maze. On Shrines, we can see Team Life Hackers, Level Iconic on the Consent Hall. We also have an angle on Team D Esports going for a 1-3 split on Bayfront. Look at that, the single compound for Team D Esports. Even if a single player from Life Hackers comes in towards that compound, he can deal that damage on the team. Definitely an initial fight between Team UG Mania and Team TSM is expected.
Well, as we look on to Team UG Mania, all the 4 players coming in at a very close proximity to each other. TSM, FTX have been spotting off I have spotted already player. No, it's going to be X-Mania spotting of Old Monk, and he might try to go in for a push. He knows that Old Monk is out there. He might not have received the gun or something. Let me go in for that push if it's possible at this moment. But at the same time, they have a good strategy. They have decided to get that loads before taking those fights.
Definitely. Right now, Kunal Jr. is busy healing himself as he had a fight against team number 7, and now he's going to deal that damage. Raven Esports, the previous match they had a Booyah, and now they are engaging in an initial fight against team number 6. Okay, that is going to be UG Mania. So 2 to 3 different teams, 6, 7 and 8 in the close range vicinity for each other, and now they are fall backing. We can see Prasanna, he was really pretty far away from his team, but yes, he has to come back with them. He has to once again unite with his team.
I think they are all solo players from their team who are trying to be the scouts and getting tagged, and like they are like, there's a squad here, we should not go here, let's move on away from them. And that's basically, or they will be going for a do or die situation, like there's a squad here, let's go and get them down. And there's 2 types of squads. Let's see which one of it is going to be the squad in front of him. At the same time, Taneja OP getting spotted out in the open, a glue wall and Chrono Shield being parked at the same time. There's the knock coming in and a finish coming in from the side of these gamers. The finish comes in from the hands of Harsh, able to execute the kill onto Taneja OP. So that's going to be the 1 player down from the side of Headhunters, I guess.
Yeah, no. Life Hackers.
Life Hackers, yeah, Life Hackers. And at the same time, Baby also comes up for the backup, but at the same time, there's no other squads, no other teammates nearby, so it might be difficult for him to fall back. There's another fight happening between TSM, FTX, and Blood Bashers, where Old Monk is able to execute the kill onto Edward, and it's time for Baby to just stay it out, not make any sound, because there are 3 players lurking out and trying to spot, and I think Baby has given away his footstep, and Harsh, did he spot him? No, he did not spot him. It's just going on, and Harsh might be backstab any moment right now.
You know, after that, Booyah, Raven Esports are engaging into fights back to back, and there we go. With that grenade, X-Mania is going to confirm his kill that he knocked out by the help of M16A4. And now, going for the fight, we have X-Mania confirming that kill. With that kill, they'll be getting their first kill for the match. Now, having this fight on the sub, Raven Esports, they are on a player disadvantage, only surviving with 3 players in their hand. And after losing out their player, they have fall back. They know even after losing 1 single player, they can get those placement points and survive till the end of the game. Talking about UG Mania, we have Java Boy, Prince XSG, Kunal Jr. 26, and X-Mania 18. You know, Team UG, they had one of the players in that nominees for the day.
Running out of health supplies, they are they have not done the farming properly. They should go in for the farming. As we talk about the zone, AFF Esports is going to hold in there, and at the same time, as we look on to Headhunters, there's Baby who's still holding at Old Hampton. Headhunters have lost one of the players. That's Team Elite? Is it Team Elite? No, it's Headhunters again. Baby.
Life Hackers.
Life Hackers. I always get confused between those two.
Taneja OP, Taneja OP is the reason.
Yeah, so at the same time, Baby is kind of far from his squad. They have to regroup again, or it might be difficult for him. A player from UG Mania is surrounded by a squad number 7. That's which squad is it? Raven Esports? Yes, yeah, Raven Esports. 3 players holding it out. Sai Shankar, Ajit, and Deadshot. They lost one of the players. X-Mania trying to go back and regroup with his team, who have already left from sub, and they are somewhere close by. Let's see if he's able to do so, or maybe if Raven Esports is able to execute the skill.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, X-Mania is one of the solo players on this position, whereas his whole team has left from the spot. Prasanna was the first player eliminated by X-Mania, and now X-Mania is the only player kind of holding his position on the sub, while Team Raven Esports, they have an upper angle on the sub, as now they have spotted X-Mania in the open. Okay, will be taking some shots, lands the shot with the help of 36 HP damage. He will be taking that damage on X-Mania, but he manages to run off, as once again he was in the open but won't be taking that damage. Okay, Team Chaos is engaging against the fight with Blood Bashers as Licky goes down, but yes, will get revived. Blood Bashers gets a knock on Team Chaos. Team Chaos will be losing out on Vivek, and now it's a 3 versus 3 fight going up against them.
My.
No.
What a good grenade coming in from the side of TG Licky. That's from Blood Bashers, 2 kills, and the double vector coming from the side of Aryan executing the kill, and that's an entire wipeout for the team that was in front of them. That was Team Chaos, I guess? Yes,
Yeah,
Team Chaos
Team
getting
Chaos.
wiped out, and at the same time Headhunters trying to take the advantage of the situation that was just presented in front of them, and Team D Esports making their way into Refinery. They will try to push out Headhunters at the same time, and I think one of the players from Headhunters have lost their supplies. They are running out of, they have damaged helmets and vest, and yes, a flare has been called in, so it's going to give them the advantage that they need.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Reaper.
Reaper that has lost his vest, and he's only there with 3 first aids or only 1 single glue wall. You know, Refinery, it has some cheeky angles. You have some upper reaches, but you have to have your glue walls with you so that you can make some angles. And Ronin Negi, that spray.
Didn't even allow him to climb on on the shooter.
Okay, Baby was not spotted, right? Baby was not spotted by Team Level Iconic, and now that kill by the help of Paraful will be confirming a kill on Life Hackers, baby, as now only 2 players are going to survive. Well, this is the point standings from the previous match where UG Mania, they took out second position, but still they have more points against Raven Esports.
They were the kill leaders.
Yeah.
Obviously, they'll have 39 points. Finishing off at the second place, Raven Esports with 38. Total Gaming at the third place with 23. And Level Iconic with 21. And Headhunters with 14 at the fourth and fifth place, respectively. Looking at Team D Esports, they were able to finish off in the sixth place. But this time, it's looking a bit more promising for them. But TSM, FTX, AFF Esports, and Blood Bashers finishing off of the 12th, 11th, and 10th place. It makes it a bit difficult for them. The points are going to slip the entire point when it comes to the overall point standing. They are going to slip positions from where they have standing right now.
You know, now they can just freeze their points where they are going to be, because one of the teams have already exited, and now what points they're going to score in this match are the last ones for them in the league stage as well. Now we have the match MVP from the previous match, who was one of the nominees, and he got 6 kills and a total damage of 2015 with 7 headshots and 3 assists.
And I think it's the gameplay that comes into action where 7 headshots come to say that his accuracy is perfect. He's able to execute those skills. And as we look on to UG Mania, this is the team that was able to almost come up nearby the Booyah, but missed it at the hands of Raven Esports.
Definitely, right now taking a look over to Team AFF Esports, you have Blood Bashers, you have 3 squads right now at that position, whereas Ametron gets a knock on Raven Esports. That shot from that flight, TSM is going to come with the shotguns, and now Raven Esports,
last place standing, and it's been pushed on right now. Fabindro gets knocked out. Ajit makes sure that he pays the price. He's going to finish off Fabindro if the backup does not come at the perfect time. Yes, and TSM FTX loses the main player, the essential element of the team. Fabindro getting finished off. No nades in the hand. They have grenades, Ray.
Well, TSM Ametron, death shot is going to get taken out. TSM did fly off for a notion, for a perfect moment, and now they have to pay the price for that. Look at that, a single grenade can't take down the whole team, but Ajit, no, that is not what you do. He will be falling down to death, and now there will be a solo player surviving from Raven Esports. TSM making that rush while Ametron is busy healing himself. Mr. J confirms that kill on Ajit, and now Deadshot is the last player surviving. Well, he cooks that grenade, but Ametron has landed on the top of him. Will be cooking that grenade, and that single grenade he'll be cooking. Okay, can do the damage, but Deadshot changes his position. Coming in the front of Ametron, but Ametron with the shotgun M1014, and it is done and dusted for Raven Esports for this match. Previously they got that Booyah, but yeah.
I think Ajit, to be justified, Ajit was just jumping down and got tagged mid-air by Ametron, and Ametron make it look like he fell to his death.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they got the kill executed, they got that finish, so that comes up to say that they got 2 points in the name. TSM FTX with 4 points in the hand, 4 kills already in the hand, 8 points already up and running. They are the 10th, like they have made it to the top 10. Let's see if they're able to get the Booyah in the name with 3 man standing. As we look on to the zone, the second zone has formed in somewhere centering Refinery and between Mammoth, and that's going to be Maze. I think that's where's team level iconic right now?
The Maze,
right? Yeah. Between these three, and as we talk about DG, it's at the center. DESI gamers are at the center, and the last player standing from Lifehackers is just gonna hold it out at Foundation until and unless the zone shifts away from him.
You know, when the team was away from him at the Council Hall, he was the only player surviving at the Foundation, and now he'll be the lone survivor for the team, making a run for Team Lifehackers. Well, talking about Team Blood Bashers, they are on the Refinery top, and once again, what is happening on Kalahari? The zones are always coming on Refinery.
Well, as we look on to, like, we know that it's a centered place. All the players opt to go in there. The zones like we'll stay here. We'll give the advantage to the players who are already at Refinery. But let's say if the shift happens after this, as Team D Esports have positioned themselves below Refinery, they know there will be teams coming in from the bottom, and they'll try to keep them, like, it's not the zone that's they are not near the zone borders right now, but eventually the zone will close in somewhere near where Team DESI gamers are holding right now, and they might have an advantage to take down the entire squads of Level Iconic and the last player from Team Lifehackers. As we talk about the UAV being summoned, it's not going to reveal the location of any players nearby, but at the same time, Level Iconic making their way inside through Maze, and Anshul has to make his way towards Refinery, so he might use the zip lines. Let's see if he's able to use it, but at the same time, there's another fight that's about to begin, and yes, it has begun between Team AFF Esports and TSM FTX. Ametron has been knocked out, and Headhunters versus Team D Esports happening right now.
Yeah, definitely. Headhunters going against Team D Esports. That's Asim gets
my.
And Viper waited for the perfect moment, and he will land an headshot on D Esports Amit Walia. Now, this is the fight that they wanted to take, and they will be taking it, but from a long range. Okay, look at that. Team D Esports are on a single house, and they are going to take a lot of damage from Headhunters. Meanwhile, taking a look on TSM FTX, AFF Esports is going to deal the second knock on the team, and now only 2 players will be surviving. Meanwhile, Total Gaming is also engaged in a fight with Team AFF Esports and also landing some shots on UG Mania. Pavan with that headshot of M2B will take a knock on Emedron, and now we have a single player left from TSM FTX. Total Gaming with that Groza spray is not allowing that solo player to come back. Old Monk taking that damage from TSM FTX.
And
this was not the player from UG Mania. Well, it was TSM FTX Old Monk, spotted in the hands of Total Gaming and killed, done and dusted for TSM FTX.
I like how the way that Total Gaming was able to execute those kills, even though the maximum damage was done from the side of team that was already there. As we talk about the next fights about to commence, and yes, it has begun. Blood Bashers, Licky getting knocked out at the hands of Total Gaming. Fauziaje comes in, goes in for the finish. At the same time, Shubu trying to take altitude advantage and get some knocks onto Team Total Gaming, but Fauziaje goes in for a rotation, goes in for the push onto the side of Team Blood Bashers, spots Aryan and Shubu. He knows that he has to go for a different angle. He has a VSS in his hand and switches off, and he's going for a close range fight. Delete comes into action, gets knocked out, but at the same time, Aryan has been traded off. The last player standing for Blood Bashers, Aryan will be finished off. That's Blood Bashers getting finished off at the 9th position with Total Gaming, with all 4 players still standing, and UG Mania, the last player standing, is French. Beautiful nade been cooked up from his side, but it's a bit far, and he could not cook it for the perfect duration.
Definitely now AFF Esports is a 3 versus 1 fight for them, as X-Mania is above on the height, and Tyagi will deal that damage with the help of the silent killer, the VSS, and will also confirm his kill. 2 kills in their hand, but out of nowhere, Prince SG spots AFF Mafia and just straightforward finishes the kill. Prince SG knows that he has no chance and will also take down Tyagi, as Tyagi is going to deal a lot of damage from the zone, and it's easy for Total Gaming to spot out Kanishk and get the last kill. AFF Esports, they won't be allowed, and they'll be forced to stay outside the zone. Look at that, they are using that Jeep to enter the zone. Just landing the players out of the car with the help of the snipers, as Shanti gets a knock on Total Gaming Mafia. Now D Esports just holding their position. AFF Esports eliminated at the #7 position. Mafia gets a kill confirmation on D Esports Shunu, and Shanti also gets his kill confirmed. Now we have 6 squads and 17 players remaining, with only 30 seconds for the 6th zone to come in.
DESI gamers trying to go in for that push onto the side of Total Gaming. If they're able to execute it, it will be wiping out the kill leaders as of now. As we look onto DESI Gamers, Insane, Harsh coming into action, Fozzy, Ajay and Delete, the last two players standing from the side of Total Gaming, is just going to hold it out under the play, under that refinery. And as we talk about Aladdin coming into action, take down the knock, and Headhunters looks very promising right now as they have the zone advantage. All the teams have to make it inside the zone. 9-8's been parked up from the side of Team D Esports. Roshan going in for an 8-spam, spots on the players from Team D Esports. RNSS coming into action again. He's trying to get some knocks. At the same time, Fozzy Ajay getting finished off. The last player standing for Total Gaming, trying to run up, trying to put the glue walls on the top of glue walls, but will he able to survive? That's the question right now, as DESI Gamers also wants to take the fight against this, and Team D Esports losing players after players. Grenades, the grenade launcher being put into action. Simmer comes into action, takes down a player of Headhunters, making Headhunters vulnerable. Close range fights in, close range grenades being popped up, and the Team D Esports looking very vulnerable at this moment.
You know, this is the guy, this is the name that you have to fear from, as Roshan gets a knock on Raja, and Total Gaming, they are eliminated at the 5th position. Now we have 4 teams, but Ron and Negi, Headhunters, Ron and Negi with the grenades is going to deal a lot of damage with that triple kill. Now we have only one single player remaining from Headhunters, and that too goes out with the hands of UMP of DG Insane. Level Iconic moving forward with 6 kills in their hands, and it is looking, they are the promising squads. They are one of the promising squads of the game, and they are going for that booyah.
Jonte staying it from the back, tries to land some shots onto Aladdin, able to do the same. Insane trying to hold the squad from the bottom, but Team D Esports gets eliminated by the zone. At the same time, the booyah goes into the hands of none other than Team Level Iconic. Ronigi is the MVP of the match with the 3 kills with the single grenade. We saw the grenade being popped up, but 3 kills coming from the side of Level Iconic, and a beautiful deserving booyah for them after the entire struggle they have been going through.
Yeah, definitely. Ron Enegi, he was not killing from the start for the team, but now, in the end, as soon as he got cooked that grenade, he got 3 kills for him, and now it's the booyah for Team Level Iconic. So yes, the matches for Group A and D are over, and this was one of the last matches for these 12 teams. These 12 teams fighting in the league stages.
Well, it's time to move on towards the next match, but before that, let's talk about the last match where Total Gaming gets finished off at the 4th position. I think going out in the open, a player from D Esports was able to take them out. Just a headshot being connected. They were like, you shall not pass while you travel in a car in front of us. They were like focused on the entire shot and able to execute it. I really like the way that they got him out of the car, and at the same time, Mafia or some other player from Total Gaming. There were 4 players still standing. 2 of them went with the car, and 2 of them getting finished off. So the last player standing eventually had to stay a bit safer and try to play for the placement points, and he was able to do the same and get Total Gaming to the 4th position. So that's going to make themselves somewhat a bit safe, to be on the safer side of the top 18 players that will be qualified for the finals and the wildcards by the end of the day.
Definitely. Also talking about DG Insane, that grenade launcher, those grenade launcher kills, 3 kills from the grenade launcher, and in the end he also got a kill from the UMP. So yes, 4 kills indeed, and he survived till the top 5. What more DESI Gamers want? I kind of predicted that they could have got a booyah, but they were not on the upper edge on refinery. You know, every single time DESI Gamers win, they are on that upper ground, they are on that placement point, but they were not there, and definitely that is one of the main reasons that DESI Gamers were not able to secure this booyah.
In spite of having the advantage of the zone, Headhunters, all the 4 players standing were not able to execute this booyah. I know it was bet out in the open, it was not safe for them, but with the glue walls they could have just put up a structure, they could have put up as many structures as possible and just stayed behind it, waited for the teams to move in towards the zone and take the advantage of the situation. But instead what they did, they tried to go on to push onto the side of Team DESI Gamers, Team D Esports, and Team and the team that took the booyah, that was Level Iconic, and that's what it costed them the booyah. It was very close for them, but they have to say they have to be satisfied. I think they finished off at the 5th or the 4th position, so they have to be satisfied with the same.
Well, now we take a look over the caster predictions for the match number 4.
No, we can't for the matchup.
Before that, we have to take a look over the matchup 2. Group B going against Group C. We have Team Elite, we have PVS Gaming, Never Broke Again, Team Mayhem, Blind Esports, and Chemin Esports in the side of Group B. And let's take a look over to Group C.
Yes, the league stages, ladies and gentlemen. Match number 53, a do-or-die situation for most of the teams. Week 3, day 3. For those who are watching right now, do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like this page. Do not forget to like this video as well. For now, at Group C, it's going to be 4 unknown. Enigma Gaming, TSG Gaming, Nemesis, GodLike, and Evil Army. Let me remind you, Enigma Gaming will be fighting out to stay in this tournament. It's going to be GodLike who's going to be accompanying them to do so. It's going to be Nemesis also performing really well. Evil Army have to make sure that they stay at the top 6 as well.
Well, you
a
know,
lot of changes. Yeah, a lot of changes will be expected in the overall points table. I'm waiting to see how things are going to be. Before that, we'll be stepping into the caster's prediction for the next game. And I believe that, you know, you would want to vouch for the team which is in the bottoms.
No, I'm going for the same team that's at the top right now, because when it comes to Group B and C, I'm overhyped every time, because there's Blind Esports from Group B and 4 Unknown from Group C, and we'll be seeing them in Kalahari as well as Bermuda in the next 2 matches. As we talk about the next match, we have predictions coming in. Blind Esports being opted in by Blackbeard, Oro, me, and those three V3 players are going for Blind Esports. We are going for 4 Unknown this time, so we have a tough fight coming in for this match.
Yeah, at the same time, PBS Gaming being chosen by Tamil Desk, who have always been proven that Tamil Desk are right. At the same time, Team Elite coming in from the side of Telugu Desk. So a lot of, you know, matchup coming in. We can see that, you know, Blind is going from English, PBS going for Tamil, and then we have Team Elite going from Telugu. But on the English desk, we have a little bit of a difference of opinion. But at the same time, the reason why I chose 4 Unknown in the map of Bermuda, obviously because they want to prove themselves yet again that they can play in the match of Bermuda as well. So for now, let's continue to speak about the performances of the previous games. You know, we had one game going in the hands of UG Mania, if I'm not wrong, and the previous match going in the hands of Team D.
No, it went in the hand of Level Iconic.
So new names coming up as well. The flight path for the last time before stepping into the map, it's going to be Blind Esports, Chemin Esports, Team Elite, Team Mayhem, Never Broke Again, PBS Gaming, Enigma Gaming, Nemesis, Evil Army, DSG, 4 Unknown with GodLike. They'll be flying over the map, over the island of Bermuda in the flight of Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, and this is going to be the final 2 matches of the league stages.
As we look on to the flight path, starting off at Riverside, going in towards Plantation, Clock Tower, and ending at Rimnam Village, and that's going to be a northern shift, northwestern shift, and areas like Sentosa where the blue zone is. Teams will have to go for a longer rotation to reach that area, and they'll have to watch out for the teams that are landing in Kota Tua and Pachinock, because they are going to go in for that chase if they spot them out in the open without guns. As we look on to Team 4 Unknown, they will go for that default drop location of Shipyard. Observatory is always chosen by Team Blind Esports. Let's see if they are going to go. No, they have decided to go towards Peak this side, so something different coming up from the sides of Team Blind Esports. PVS have opted for Peak, that's the regular drop location, so early skirmishes will be seen there. At the same time, Mayhem and one more squad, I think that's Nemesis, going in for Clock Tower.
Yeah, but at the same time, I wanted to see where Enigma Gaming is landing, because they have to survive and make sure that they come in the top 12 to make sure to remain in this tournament. For now, we are able to see that Blind Esports wants to challenge PVS at the earlier itself. They want to restrict them from, you know, making sure they come in the top 6 or in the finale. Yogi on the other side is tagged. He's come down to 53 HP. He has Nivesh in front of him with that M10. Not the right kind of gun to go and fight against in the beginning of the game as well. Nivesh with no grenades will be left out with one arm, and that is what I would love to see from his side. A frontal battle between Yogesh and Nivesh is something to watch out for. On the same time, Ginotra with that sniper. What a shot coming in from his side, taking down Loverboy. Car 98. I have not seen Ginotra use much of snipers before, but this time he's given the right kind of opening. Nivesh is going in for closer. He's going to take down Yogi, and that comes up to say that Blind Esports are having an upper hand against the side of PVS at Peak, and it looks like it's going to be much more easier for them as they can take down 2 more players. It's a 2v4 fight between PVS as well as Blind Esports.
I think Eco Boy getting tagged off by the nade, but no, he has decided to fall back at the perfect time. The last player from PVS, that's going to be Nubita, has decided not to be a part of this fight and play for the placement points for his team. At the same time, Eco Boy also trying to run away will be spotted on by Team Blind Esports, and Ginotra is gonna go in for that push with the Car 98 in his hand, trying to go for a close range fight, but switches the gun towards the shotgun, and yes, the knock comes in by the hands of Ginotra with the Car 98. Ginotra coming up with a different strategy today. This is what I wanted to see, like Blind Esports experimenting. I have been able to see that they are not making it towards the top. They were not able to execute the Booyah in the week 3, but I think this is a strat they were trying to execute, like contest the drop location of different teams.
Yeah, but at the same time, I would want to see this kind of Blind Esports throughout the tournament. If they're done so, they would have easily crossed the 1,000 pointer when it comes to the league stages. But for now, they have from not able to do so. Nobita, the last man standing from the side of PVS, will be trying to play for placement points without a helmet. Let's look at the point standings of the previous game. Level Iconic with 32 points will be really happy. DESI Gamers right behind them. Total Gaming coming into the top 3. Good to see them over there as well. Team D Esports with 25, AFF, Headhunters, UG Mania, Blood Bashers in the bottom. Could be, they'll be trying to be suppressed yet again. Life Hackers won't be able to make it as well. Raven Esports with just 4 points. Team Chaos with just 1 point. I don't know how well things are going to turn out for them.
And at the same time, let's look at the MVP of the previous game. That's going to be none other than Insane with those 3 kills and 1043 damage, 1 headshot and 1 assist being dealt from his side. So DESI Gamers, even though they did not get those booyah, they will be happy with the performance in this match of the match number 52. There's 2 more matches left, that's including this match number 53, that's on your screens right now, where the last player from PVS Gaming is going to hold his location just at the bottom of the dam. The zone about to close in the next 2 seconds, about to be formed in the next 2 seconds, where we can see where the zone is going to form. I think somewhere
again towards plantation.
I think plantation or peak. Either it's towards the northern shift or it will have a total.
No, it's already taken a northern shift, so that's going to be pretty much close to plantation at this point of time. We can see that the bridge is still under the zone itself.
So it's just gonna
I want to see where the other teams are right now placed, because that is when we'll be able to see which is that one team which will have an opportunity to give PVS a shutdown at this point of time. At the same time, we are able to see that 12 teams still alive. Everybody will be trying to play a bit more safer. PVS Gaming's overall performance so far, we know that they had a booyah in the previous days. They had 9 kills, and after that they are not able to perform until in Bermuda they had 12 kills. This was a match where they had to perform and prove the Tamil desk yet again. In the Kalahari with 0 kills going off. Again in this match it looks like they might go off with 0 kills. So PVS Gaming not performing well for now. It's going to be GodL versus Mayhem. Forfast getting taken down. GodL, Nikhil is the person who's doing the job, but Abhirav has an eye on him. Let's see whether he'll be able to give the right kind of backup. Nikhil comes in a bit more closer. Mayhem still playing really well with 1 kill already in their name, so that's going to be Nikhil. Now Alan comes in a bit more closer, takes on Farfrost. Let's see how things will turn out as Ninja will be reviving him.
Farfrost getting that revive that he needs. At the same time, Alhan trying to make sure that his teammate stays alive, but no, Nikhil has been taken down by Nikhil has been traded off by Nikhil trades off one of the players from GodL. And as we look onto the teams of GodL, the last 2 players standing, Tista and Alhan, are trying to hold them off or trying to fall back. I think Tista has decided to fall back and play for the placement points. Alhan trying to hold them back for a bit more while, so that Alhan has the advantage, the opportunity to fall back. And as we look onto Farfrost and Ninja going out in the open, Alhan might try to land chip shots. If Nikhil gets knocked out, it might be the finish for Nikhil in front of him.
Yeah, at the same time, I can see that, somebody has a sniper Kar 98 coming in their hand. Probably it's Abhirav. No, it's not Abhirav. It's Farfrost who's got the Kar 98 wanting to take that shots. That was a very good gameplay coming in from their side. Nikhil was over there holding his position. He didn't have to peek. He was like, I'm going to push Alan on the left. That is when you connect the shot against him. Eventually, a good farming will be dealt on the side of Mayhem. It's going to be Tista, the last man standing for GodL. Look at how the fates of the gods have changed. PV is going on with 1 player left, and GodL will be going on with 1 player left. He's got that AC at the right time. Let's see whether he'll be able to execute 1 or 2 kills. 4 on 1 on the other side. Taken an early rotation towards Kratulistiva, where they'll be holding a compound, and I do believe they have a very good opportunity to take the booyah in their name.
I'm very happy with the rotations this time, because they have decided to go in towards the zone. Sometimes we have seen 4 unknown making a late entry. This time I think they want to make sure that they stay on the top at the end of the league stages. As we talk about Team TSJ making their way towards Observatory, taking that launcher from Shipyard, and I think no squads near them, so it will be easier for them to enter into the zone. As Chemin Esports have the advantage of Sentosa, they will move inside with those zip lines and try to enter from Mass Electric, and maybe try to rip through the squad of Mayhem and the last player of GodL if they have to make it towards the zone.
And for now, we are looking at Enigma Gaming, who's pretty much safe at Rimnam village, so that, they do not get into any kind of skirmish. But at the same time, I want to see how Team Elite will be making it inside the circle. If they try to get into peak, that is when Blood Bashers will come in front of them. If they try to come in from the southern side, then we can expect something like Team Chemin Esports coming in slowly and trying to rip them apart. But look at the angle 4 Unknown is holding. They do not have anybody pretty much close to them. Right now, there's a fight happening between 4 Unknown Anand and another sniper across the field is gonna be from Team 7, and let's see which sniper will be able to connect that shot and get that opening knock. I know it's not gonna be confirmed anytime soon, but still, it's just gonna be exchange of bullets for now.
As we talk about Ginotra, Blind Esports very much out in the open, getting spotted off by Never Broke again, trying to land some shots onto them. Abhay does not want to run away from this fight. He wants to make sure they are engaged in a fight and try to take some players down. At the same time, Golden being spotted on.
Oh, nice.
Nivesh getting tagged down by Golden. A beautiful trade coming in. It was a sneaky move from the side of NBA. The entire attention was coming in from the side of... The entire attention was focused on Golden. The push comes in from the side of VRC 1000. A beautiful nade being cooked. If they are able to knock it, it might be the end for Team Blind Esports.
Yeah, but at the same time, Mayrex getting closer. Baka Boy gets traded off by what a beautiful close range sniper shot coming in from his side. Nivesh cooks in a grenade, and we all know that Nivesh can connect it really well. But Bablu was the person who was able to connect that shot. Bablu gets in a bit more closer with the dual vector. We'll be connecting one more player over there. Mayrex will be the last man standing behind that glue wall. Let's see how far or how long he can hold on as the push comes in against him, and it's going to be an elimination of Never Broke again with Blind Esports rushing in. Ginotra has 3 kills, Bablu has 2 kills, 1 from Abhay, 1 from Nivesh. A very, very good team, gameplay coming in from the side of Blind Esports.
7 kills already, 38 players still standing, so that comes up to say that they might be able to change the fate again with 20 plus kills. Let's see if they are able to do it in this match. As I opted for Blind Esports, I hope that 4Unknown is able to take them through, otherwise they will be taking down each and every squad that's fighting off against them at this moment. As we talk about the zone being formed up at Clock Tower, Cartolitswa, Bhima, Shakti Strip and Hanger given an advantage to Blind Esports, who are already in the zone, and at the same time a player from Blind Esports gets knocked out. Swastik is going to go the entire lead from the M24 machine gun coming in and try to take down the glue wall. Nivesh knocked out. Bablu getting finished off. It's a crossbow coming in, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, it was a crossbow which Nivesh hit himself. How is that even possible? I don't know how things were, but Anand is going to register a kill. Bablu gets taken down over here. Ginotra trying to give that cover fire as much as possible, but Nivesh somehow will be revived, and Blind Esports will be surviving to tell another story for a few more minutes. But let's see how things will turn out, as yet Nivesh is going to be tagged yet again. I think there's another team who's going to be trying to come in. Swastik with that machine gun trying to show that what 100 bullets can actually do when it's concentrated on one corner. But at the same time, 4Unknown have burned most of their resources. I just hope that they have some summonings to do as well, but they have to watch out for another team which is going to be coming right behind them. Yes, Wizardo has already spotted them. It's going to be TSG Army coming in from behind, getting a bit more closer to them. Let's not forget the Nemesis are also on the left side as well. So it's important for 4Unknown to make sure that they concentrate their firepower on TGS, but at the same time revealing their location towards Blind Esports is something dangerous they've done so far.
As we look on to the match-wise performance, 4Unknown with the match number 37, 39 and 44 with 7, 13 and 11 kills respectively, but at 47 they got finished off early, so that did affect their performance, and match number 48 and 40 is also going to contribute for the same. So this time they are back to the mech and the full... The UAV has been summoned in by one of the teams, and let's say if the locations of all the teams that are nearby have been revealed or not, as 4Unknown Swastik is still not going to stop with those machine gun spam, with leads being poured onto the side of TSG Army, a nade being cooked in by the hands of the Grenadier Radhe Thakur, a very beautiful nade, but no players are nearby, so no knocks coming in, and glue walls must have been popped off by the side of TSG Army. Another fight about to begin at the side of Enigma Gaming and Chemin Esports.
Look at what Chillu is doing. He came in with the camouflage, was able to connect 2 shots, but ultimately he couldn't execute those knocks, and due to which Chillu will have to go in a bit more closer, but he needs backup from Gaudro at this point of time, or else things can be bad for him. This is what I said. It was not necessary for him to go that closer, and due to which Chillu will be knocked out at this point of time. Now, Gaudro is also being tagged, with late rotation coming in from their side. Let's see how things will turn out for Enigma Gaming, as 2 players of Enigma Gaming right now bleeding out. Mayhem comes in at the right point of time. It's going to be a blessing in disguise for CS Gaming, as Gaudro will be healed to full potential, and he probably healed his teammate as well, but Gaudro has to come up with a different kind of strategy. Abira with the machine gun doing most of it. Gaudro will have to run around. I don't know how well he'll be able to survive. Everybody knows that they have to take down Enigma Gaming and restrict them to come in the top 12, and it looks like they'll be able to do so, as triple kill comes in the hands of Abira with that machine gun.
The last player standing for Enigma Gaming, Aryan S. John, is gonna hold it out there behind the glue wall. At the same time, the fight between Chemin Esports and Mayhem has started to commence. Mayhem trying to do the best. I hope I had seen this Mayhem at the start of the tournament, but no, we could not see the same. But as we talk about Abhirao going in with that M24, gets knocked out and is going to be finished off any moment right now, as Nikhil is also at a very low HP. Chemin Esports have to literally watch out for them. Chemin Esports, Adam getting knocked out from the zone. That comes to say that they are running low on heal supplies. Ashustar has been knocked out. Adam has been knocked out. So the last player standing from Chemin Esports is also somewhere far away. And the last player for Enigma Gaming is just gonna hold it out. 10 players standing, 29 players still alive. Enigma Gaming getting eliminated by the zone. And that's going to be a shutdown for Enigma Gaming.
I don't know whether Enigma Gaming will be making it into the finale. I do believe they have another match, to fight out and put some pointers on the table. But for now, look at how many kills Mayhem have got. 7 kills from their side. Blind Esports on the other corner have 7 kills in their name. As we speak about the Devils, there they are outside the circle, trying to get themselves inside the circle as well. Team Elite, after losing Killer, seems to be a bit vulnerable for sure, because they can't play to their full potential when it comes to a close range battle. For now, it's going to be 4 unknown on top of the pick, trying to take everybody in their hands. It's going to be Yash who will be in the crosshair of Anand. He'll be getting taken down. A confirmation could be coming in if the vehicle gets blasted at this point of time. The vehicle gets blasted. 4 unknown beam gets taken down by Anand as well. I don't know how much more damage can Anand deal, as he's able to perform each and every time when he needs the team. Whenever the team needs, he's over there to give the opening for the team.
As we look on to Team Elite, just being right now being spotted off by 4 unknown. 4 unknown might go in for that push. At the same time, Evil Army just gonna hold them back off for a bit, as the zone is going to form in the next few seconds. And let's see if Bhima Shakti stays inside the zone, as Chemin Esports gets finished off at the 9th position. Pahadi with the car 98 in his hand, trying to push spot on people. But at the same time, Nemesis Gaming comes into play, takes down a player from Farfrost. From Mayhem, Farfrost has been finished off. So the last player standing for Mayhem has to do something extraordinary, as the zone forms in. Only 2 players inside the zone. That's going to be Nemesis Gaming and 4 unknown Wizard of 4 unknown will be taking the rotation towards the zone. And at the same time, 4 unknown Radhe Thakur engaged in that fight, where Team Elite has to watch out for the last player from PVS. That's going to be Nubita, who's playing for the placement points for his team.
Yeah, that's a grenade coming in from the side of Radhe Thakur. Pahadi is quick enough to run behind, but it's important for 4 unknown to actually make it inside the circle. Forget about this fight. Ginotra is busy with Evil Army, but he'll be able to execute some really good kills. 5 kills in the name of Ginotra so far. Probably could be the person who will be getting the MVP of the game in case they stay alive until the end. 9 kills coming in from the side of Blind Esports. They are good enough as the 6th position so far. Let's see how things will turn out for them. If they get one more kill, that is going to be 20 kills, which is equivalent to a booyah.
And let's see if they are able to do it or not. But at the same time, as we talk about Team Elite, Iconic, Pahadi and RDP are still standing. They are gonna go in for that push. Iconic gets knocked out and is going to be finished off at the hands of Ginotra. My goodness, Ginotra is on a spree right now, as Team Mayhem gets eliminated at the hands of Nemesis Gaming. A nade being cooked down from the side of Team Elite onto the side of Blind Esports. But Blind Esports will be very careful making their way into the zone. They have to watch out and fight this fight. Oh my god, 7 kills already at the hands of Ginotra. 11 kills already executed, 22 points already in the hand, and they are almost at the 6th position. And that comes up to say that they are very much happy with the performance, as Ginotra goes in for the push. Blind Esports Nivesh might go in for the push onto the side of Team Elite. Iconic Radhe Thakur comes into action, spots on Team Elite in front of him, goes in for the knock, and that's shut down. Coming in for the side of Team Elite. At the same time, Radhe Thakur goes in for the push onto the side of Team Blind Esports, spots on Nivesh, and Ginotra in front of him cooks up the nade, and PVS Gaming have been eliminated outside the zone.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna be the nade spams, which is gonna start anytime soon. Nivesh is gonna go to cook up a nade, but Blind Esports have revealed their location. That comes up to say that 4 unknown can actually concentrate their complete firepower against the side of the Blind Esports, as the push has already begun. Swastik is gonna lead it for them. On the other side, we can see that TSG Army being restricted by Wizardo. On the other side, Vignotra is taking down Swastik. I don't know how things will turn out for them. 2 players of 4 unknown already getting taken down. A revival is coming successful. It's gonna be TSG Army who's doing the damage from other side. It's gonna be Radhe Thakur who will be taking 1 player down. The second player can't be taken down that easily, as because he's low on HP. He has to heal himself. The healing has already started. Anand is trying to connect some shots as well. TSG Army making it inside the circle with 3 men standing. And I believe that Ginotra can do a little more damage, can get a little more kills, but he's getting taken down, as 4 unknown with a bad rotation will be eliminated earlier in the game.
The last 3 squads standing against each other is going to be TSG, Vihan and Ritik comes into the action. The new kill leaders are TSG Army, as Nemesis Mr. Gamer gets a knock onto the another player. Mind Gamer gets a knock on to Vihan. TSG Army getting eliminated. Last two squad standing. And I think that's going to be a booyah for Nemesis Gaming. An unpredicted booyah for them. But very happy with the performance in this game. It's the MVP Uzef coming into action. Taking the booyah. Stealing it away from the hands of 4 Unknown and Blind Esports and TSG Army at the same time.
I don't know how come 4 Unknown did not go in together. Swastik was the lone man trying to find out a 4-man squad of TSG Army, due to which he was very much vulnerable. At one point of time, we saw Radhe Thakur was away from the team, trying to fight out the whole squad of Blind Esports. If Radhe Thakur had stuck onto his team, taken down the complete squad of TSG, then concentrated on Blind, I think 4 Unknown could have done it. All such speculation can be only visible on the desk, but within the game, the kind of pressure each of this team will be carrying, that will be the strongest one. But I know the team on the top for this game will obviously be Blind Esports.
I mean, Ginotra.
Yeah, Ginotra coming up with almost 8 kills. 8 to 9 kills in his name.
Was there.
One more kill, he would have got 20 points.
I think he got 10 to 11 kills. I'm pretty much sure of it, because 9 kills was there when he was making it towards the zone. He was able to execute 2 kills. Radhe Thakur, he finished him off before leaving in towards the zone. He made sure to take down, knock him out, finish him off. He took a lot of damage from the zone, and that gave the opening for Nemesis to take the kill onto Blind Esports. And Nivesh getting knocked out multiple times made it a bit vulnerable for Ginotra to move in towards the zone.
Yeah, but in case Ginotra has done 10 kills in his name, that's equivalent to 20 points, which is equivalent to a booyah. So Ginotra alone can get 20 points for his team. But at the same time, let's see whether Blind Esports has rewritten history over here yet again, because in the previous game they got 20 kills.
Nivesh was with 11 kills, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Nivesh was with 11 kills. Let's see whether Ginotra has overwritten Nivesh at this point of time. But at the same time, they had around more than 20 kills, if I'm not wrong, in the previous game.
In the previous game?
60 points. They secured 60 points with a booyah. So that is 15 kills.
The 20 kills. 20 kills and a booyah. That's 20 plus 20 plus 20. 40 points. 40 points for the kills and 20 points from the booyah, so that comes up to say that's 60 points. Let's see
whether they've rewritten it in this game.
No, I don't think they have somewhere near 13 to 15 kills in the max when it comes to this game. They could have rewritten if they had all the 4 players standing, because 7 kills at the start itself, if you remember it, 14 points were already with them. When they dissected, there were 38 players still standing, so if they would have gone in with all the 4 players still standing, it might have been a different story.
Yeah, it could have been a different story, but 4 Unknown, what a sad ending they had. They almost had the booyah in their name, but eventually divided attention coming in from the team always causes something bad for the team for sure, until and unless it's a map of Kalahari where they can execute something good. But in Bermuda, they're still not able to stitch the game together. But let's see how things will turn out for them in the further games. We still have one last game left. I'm wanting to see the overall points table before we step into the final game, because we'll get to know which is that one team who has to perform strong. We'll get to know which is that one team which has to make sure that they are already selected into the top 6. We know that we have Team Elite, we have 4 Unknown, we have Blind Esports already making it into the finale, but I want to see whether Total Gaming and PVS Gaming will be able to do so. For now, we'll be looking at the matchup of the final match of the league stages itself. It's gonna be Group B versus Group D. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is the final match of the league stages, and a lot of lives are at stake. A lot of teams are at stake at this point of time. From Group B, Team Elite, PVS Gaming, Never Broke Again, Mayhem, Blind Esports, Chemin Esports, and with Group C, we have 4 Unknown, Enigma Gaming, TSG Gaming, Nemesis, GodLike, and Evil Army. I know that this is what we have to do for the last time. Now Enigma Gaming have to fight out and make it into the top 12. Let's see whether they'll be able to do so.
Arca went rapping because it's the last time we will be seeing the matchup for
exactly.
So he was like, I'll take the entire matchup, and an exciting last day. So this last match, I'm expecting to see an action where teams like 4 Unknown and Blind Esports take the same drop location, maybe both of them landing at Refinery, or maybe both of them landing at Command Post. Do something out of the box. Let's see if it goes out for them, if it works out for them or not. But it's time to look up at the caster's prediction. That coming up from the English desk, I'm gonna go and vouch for team Enigma Gaming this time, and you're going in for Team Elite.
I believe that was a very, very good choice from your side. Enigma Gaming, you've been chosen because in the final match they have to perform well. But I'll stick on to Team Elite because they have been suppressed continuously throughout the day. They'll be performing well. PVS Gaming been chosen by Oro with Warloop because PVS Gaming last 2 games they have performed really, really bad. Now they have to bounce back. Musab and HTG are going in for 4 Unknown. Obviously it's the map of sure Kalahari, so they are the strongest team. Blind Esports being taken by team, Telugu Desk always stick on to Blind Esports, checking whether they'll be able to do so. TSG Army coming in from side of Bluebird, and I think this is the first time I'm able to see a lot of difference in opinion.
A lot of difference in opinion, because the last match you can't predict anything. Everybody would be trying to execute some of the other thing. Everyone wants to go in for the kills and placements. Like, if they have four players alive, if they spot a team in front of them, they're gonna go in for the push. I'm pretty much sure of it. No one wants to play it safe, or else it will be a total passive gameplay coming in.
Yeah, that is what I want to see in the overall points table, in case the production can give us one last look at the overall points table before we step into the final match. I believe that we'll have a very, very good choice, and we can get to know that which is that one team which can perform really well. Now, looking at the one last time at the teams before we jump into the flight path.
And joining us for this last match will be teams like Blind Esports, Chemin Esports, Team Elite, Team Mayhem, Never Broke Again, PVS Gaming, Enigma Gaming, Nemesis, Evil Army, DESI Army, 4 Unknown, GodLike, and they are gonna go into the last match, match number 54 of the league stages, week 3, day 3, and it's the last time to look at the CG once again for the league stages and looking at the flight path.
And it's gonna be the flight path going right above Refinery, dissecting the map right to the center, giving a lot of opportunity for all the teams to go around. I would want to see who will choose Santa Catrina, because this time there is not gonna be Total Gaming who's gonna be taunting them. PVS Gaming will be choosing to go away. Look at what the early jump off coming in from the side of Blind Esports going into Stone Rage. We can see that 4 Unknown as always will be going over there. We can see that Enigma Gaming choosing to go to Holdhampton will be challenge with GodL over there, and that is the early skirmish. We can see one player from Evil Army will be choosing to go to command post, where he'll be chased down by PVS Gaming, and they want to make sure that they get this early kill, because that is really important for them.
As we look on to Team Blind Esports, where have they landed at the same time? I don't see them anywhere nearby, but at the same time, GodL engaged in the fight with Enigma Gaming, where Chilu is able to execute the knock on to Ashish, and he's going to go for the finish. The first kill comes in at the hands of Enigma Gaming, the first blade for them. It's a beautiful opening for Enigma Gaming as a voucher for them. They'll go in for the push onto the side of Team GodLike and executing and try to dissect them over. At the same time, as GodL Nickel is being spotted off, he's just holding that cheeky angle. He might try to take a player before he goes down, but he just wants to hold it out there. As we look onto Alhan being spotted in one of the Ren spots in Alhan, and Alhan getting tagged off. He's at 116 HP, tries to heal up. Who's that? Someone came in for the backup. That's looking to Nikhil, I guess. Yes, Nikhil comes up for the backup. That Alhan needs. At the same time, Marin is trying to fall back and regroup with his team. The team is kind of far away from him. At the same time, Nikhil has to go in and get some loot because he does not have a helmet or the vest. At the same time, Chilu also is running out of helmet and vest and does not have the proper gears to take the fight.
But at the same time, Team Elite Enigma Gaming wants to make sure that they get the kill. What was Chilu thinking at that point of time? Looking on the other side, Prometh was there to put up the glue wall at the right time, or else that could have been another story for them. GodL on the other side are going to regroup as soon as possible and get away from here. If they don't do so, then Tista would be the next person falling off in the hands of Chilu and Prometh. Let's see how things will turn out, as Gaudru will be getting in a bit more closer. I can see that Gaudru is a lone man standing somewhere far away, not being with his team at this point of time, trying to find an off angle where he can take down the team. I think that Enigma Gaming, this is the Enigma Gaming I was wanting to see throughout the day, but I did not see them anywhere. And right now it's going to be PVS Gaming versus Evil Army. Let's see which team will be standing off stronger, as we all know that Yogi is gone all in forward. He has taken down Black Tiger, and I believe that could be the beginning of the end, as Yogi is wanting to get the final laugh against them, and Evil comes in with that M18. He won't be able to do so. Eco gets another shot over there. Now they all are going to enjoy this, as they all know that every kill is going to count for them, and they'll be going in to put up their flags and making sure they go into the top 6 and directly into the finale.
Evil Army playing a split gameplay, and right now some emoji is being put on by Yogi, trying to tease the players from the side of Evil Army. And if I'm correct, Evil Army were trying to take a fight against PVS and Blind Esports at the same time. That cost them 2 players at the beginning itself. I have to look onto Lover Boy and Yogi, Nobita and Nico Boy, all happy with the performance with the 2 kills at the beginning of the match itself. Into just 3 minutes into the match, and they were able to execute 2 kills. Let's see if they're able to get those last 2 kills on the 4-on-1 beam and Evil Army. Yes, that's Evil Army beam and Yash coming into action. As we talk about blind esports, they usually go in for the drop location of command post, but this time they are nowhere nearby. So I want to see either if they contested the drop location of 4-on-1 or decided to go in for a different angle. As we look onto the map in the next few seconds, I want to see the map in the next few seconds because it might be easier for us to predict the location of the players where they are.
Yeah, for now we'll be looking at the point standings of the previous match where everything is on stake, and on the bottom we can find Never Broke Again, GodLike and Chemin Esports suffering with Enigma Gaming with just 7-pointer. They need more than 30 to survive in this game. Evil Army with 10, Team Elite with 10, PVS Gaming with 12, Team Mayhem with 20, and only on the top 4 will be happy with 27-23 points. But Blind Esports 37 points coming in from their side, Nemesis with 37. Let's see how things will turn out. For now, Chemin Esports have come in close proximity with the side of GodL, and we can see that UAV will be revealing a lot of location, and GodL would want to run away rather than taking a 2v4 fight at this point of time. Adam all UAV above his head. I don't know who summoned it. I think it's GodL who has summoned it at this point of time, but in case they have summoned it, it's important for them to fall back and not take this fight against Chemin.
Oh, it has not been summoned by the side of GodL, and they destroyed that UAV. At the same time, Enigma now knows the location of GodL as well as Chemin Esports. GodL has to find a way to run out of this fight if they have to survive this match, because Chemin Esports have started to focus the lead onto the side of GodL. Alhan and Nikhil, the last 2 players standing at the same time. AimGod and Kaushik. Kaushik goes in for a different location. He is going far from his card from Chemin Esports, making his way towards near Refinery. AimGod also joins him. Ashistar is also here, the last player from his team. AimGod FF will also be here. So all the 4 players have decided to not take that fight, but at the same time, GodL, Alhan has been finished off at the side of Enigma Gaming. 3 kills for the side of Enigma Gaming. The last player standing for GodL is going to be Nikhil, who's trying to fall back at the same time. The first zone has formed in. Everyone have to move into the zone, as the zone is going to shrink in the next few seconds as we look on to 12 teams still alive, and the last player of GodLike trying to make it for the placement point.
Yeah, eventually Enigma Gaming have got 3 kills. That is 6 points already in their name. They have to make sure to execute 5 more kills to get a decent number of kill points. That is, they need at least 20 to 30 kill points, if I'm not wrong. 4-on-1 on the other side, the Kings of Refinery and Kalahari are on the top, and they'll be challenged by Never Broke Again anytime soon. But 4-on-1 with that red zone, we have seen that red zone always give some damage for 4-on-1. This time, let's see whether that love story is going to continue. CS Esports, Chemin Esports coming a bit more closer to 4-on-1 from another angle. So 4-on-1 being sandwiched between Chemin Esports and NBA, as they'll be stuck on in between. Divided attention could be the end for them, but let's see whether they'll be able to do so, as Blind Esports will be jumping into command post, and nobody's going to be there to welcome them with the lead.
I think they took the drop location somewhere at the edge of the zone. They eventually made their way back into that regular drop location that they have, but it's time to look up the MVP of the last match, none other than Ginotra with just 8 kills. Yeah, I think that was somewhere near 9 kills, but I'd look at the end of the match itself, and let's see, with 2,526 damage and 4 headshots, I think well-deserved the trophy given to him for the most valuable player. And I think we have to look at the top 5 also, because I think there will be one player from 4-on-1. I think that was Swastik, who was able to dissect it. At the same time, back to the match, we have PVS Gaming and Blind Esports outside of command post. Fights about to begin in the next few seconds.
Yeah, because a UAV was summoned. I think it was from Blind Esports. Nivesh goes in closer with the grenade. He started to cook it. He knows exactly where the enemies were, but Eco is also cooking a grenade. Let's see whose grenade is going to actually connect at this point of time. But for now, Abhay from far off trying to hold a different angle. Look at the grenade being tossed by Nivesh at this point of time. I think he's trying to use some kind of an ability to get a bit more closer, but Nivesh has to understand that it could be hard. But Eco gets down Ginotra, the right kind of opening which was required for PVS Gaming. Nobita gets in a bit more closer. Nivesh has that right kind of gun to go in for a close range fight, but eventually it's going to be Ginotra who takes down Nobita after getting revived. Look at how Blind Esports are countering at this point of time. Yogesh comes in with M18. Ginotra with that mag again is going to confirm a player. It's going to be 3v4. Ginotra has to make sure that he gets revived. They have converted it into 4v3 at this point of time. Bablu gets taken down, and Loverboy comes up with a good shot with that UMP. Blind Esports down to 2 players. Let's see how things will turn out. Abhay has to come in to help his teammate. It's Eco from the top taking down Bablu, and let's see whether PVS Gaming will be able to execute and take down the complete squad of Blind Esports. They're going to dance, they're going to enjoy every single bullet they're going to pour against them, and that is going to be Blind Esports. Abhay left out and he wants to take the final laugh, and this time Loverboy is not going to allow it. With that, I don't know, this is the second time they're going to plant this flag and tell that, they're going to make it into the finale. But with that melee ending up was an amazing gameplay coming in from the side of PVS.
6 kills already in the name, taking down 2 players from Evil Army, 4 players from Blind Esports, finishing them off with the 12th place. PVS coming back into action as we look on to Mayhem, engaged in that fight against Enigma Gaming. Enigma Gaming very vulnerable at this moment because the zone coming in, they have to move in towards the zone. Enigma Gaming tries to take the launcher, and yes, they're going to take the launcher and move in towards the zone. They have to watch out for PVS that's in front of them. At the same time, as we look on to this launcher was used in by Chemin Esports to come inside the zone, and if they are spotted in by Chemin Esports at a close proximity, they might be in a difficult dangerous situation, but it's going to be Team Chaos, I guess.
Yeah, Team Chaos are going to... Team Elite is going to follow them. Chillu has been taken down at this point of time. This could be the beginning of the end for Enigma Gaming for sure, as one player has been taken down. Gaudru gets in a bit more closer. Gaudru right now being tagged, but Gaudru is going to get down with his own grenade. This could be very, very bad for them. Promith has to do a lot of job at this point of time. Adam comes in for survival. It's going to be Enigma who's going to be dissecting through them. It's going to be CS who's going to be supporting them. Party gets taken down. Promith is going to be confirming as much people as possible, but eventually RDP will be confirming Promith as well. So the last man standing for Enigma Gaming, let's see what he'll be able to do, as Promith will be confirmed as well. So the last man, where is he? I'm not able to see the Arid. Yes, very much at the corner, waiting for Team Elite versus the side of Mayhem to complete, as we have seen that Chemin Esports was also trying to put some grenade over here.
Chemin Esports also comes in from the back and tries to get into the action. At the same time, Arin has decided to fall back and try to get some placement point for his team, as we look on to Abir out, cooking a grenade onto the side of Iconic Spots. Iconic out in the open, a grenade being put. My, what a beautiful knock coming in. Abirav goes in for the second nade and trying to confirm it, but the nade backstabs, falls back, and that's not a confirmation coming in. But at the same time, he wants to go in for the push, and he will be able to execute the same. At the same time, Ninja wants to go in for the push on the side of Team Elite. Killer that's in front of him, he goes in for the push. RDP has been spotted on the glue wall, being taken down. At the same time, RDP getting healed up to his full potential, but RDP is also ready. He's done understood. He's done.
No, 1 minute. Ninja on the one corner has put up a landmine, making sure that he restricts him. On the other corner, he's going to cook up a grenade. I think that's a very good gameplay coming in from the side of Ninja. It's either the grenade or the landmine which could take him out. Let's see how things will turn out. He comes in from a different angle. He's trying to cook up a grenade. Look at what Nikhil is doing. He's trying to open up the glue wall so that, Nikhil can go in and get that kill. RDP is making sure that Mayhem is going to, burn their resources. But eventually, Mayhem will be singing the final tone when it comes to the fight between themselves and the others. It's going to be Aaron, the lone man standing for the side of Enigma Gaming, will be trying to do his best. It's going to be Ojasvi who gets taken down by Beam. Ojas will be taking down Yash as well, the last man standing for the side of Evil Army. Beam, let's see how well he'll be able to cope up the fight against TSG Army, who looking very strong from the previous games.
As we look on to Evil Army, Beam getting spotted on by Ritik. At the same time, the push has begun from the side of TSG Army. By the other side, that's Ritik, Vihan and Sasuke coming for the push. But let's see if Beam is able to pull off this 1v4. Ojasvi just holding it out from the back and spotting of Ritik. He knows that there will be a push coming in from the side of TSG Army. Beam has been spotted in by Legend, who is at the same time. Sasuke is not playing this match, so Legend comes in, Ritik also comes in. So Beam is cooking a grenade, and I think he's gonna take himself down. Yes, he kills himself, not giving that points to any of the team that's in front of them. He knew that those are valuable 2 points for the teams to make it towards the top 6.
Yeah, but I also know this, that we are looking at PVS Gaming holding the strongest position possible, and this is the position where TSG Army always comes in, and that is what they'll be aiming at. But on the other side, we can see GodLike has also got eliminated. We have 8 teams left, and everybody are going to be excited to see the overall points table. 4 unknown Anand will be taking down Kaushik. That comes up to say CS Gaming will be suffering as much as possible. 4 unknown Anand will be tagged. He's going to cover himself up. He's got UMP. MP40 fallen in front of him, but at the same time, he has no vest. He has to be careful. Swastik with level 1 helmet. This is the first time I'm able to see that 4 unknown have not got the right kind of farming for the final circle. But on the other side, we're able to see that Aaron will be taken down Nikhil. Barin will be taken down Nikhil and confirming him as well. Enigma Gaming still not letting go of anything. They're still fighting it out. Look at the HP of Aaron over there. I think it's 5 or 2 left out in his name. He's going to be healing up to his full potential. On the other side, Mayhem have a divided attention, as 4 unknown is going to restrict restrict them from making it inside the circle.
As we look on to Ninja, getting a beautiful knock coming in from the side of Radhitakur. He's going to go in for the finish onto the side of Mayhem. Ninja, at the same time, 3 kills in the name, and it's going to be very much crowded. I find it in the next few moments as 4 unknown with all the 4 players standing spots of FC Man Patel out in the open. That's going to be Nemesis Gaming, and TSG Army Legend is going to take down one of the players in front of them. At the same time, Mayhem, 4 unknown comes into action, takes down the entire squad of Mayhem, and right now dissecting through Nemesis Gaming. NBA Merix getting spotted off by this way. A different angle coming in. Golden, the last man standing for NBA, has to watch out for the side of Legend. Getting finished off at the 7th place is going to be Enigma Gaming. Swastik has been able to dissect them, and let's see if they are able to make it towards the top 18 at the end of this match. But at the same time, it being cooked up by the side of Johan, they might be taking on the entire squad of NBA, and yes, NBA getting finished off at the 6th place.
Yeah, let's see how things will turn out for TSG as 4 unknown are still holding the top location. They have to make it inside the circle. Now a jump comes in from their side. A lot of damage will be dealt. They have a zipline to make it inside the circle. I don't know why they're not choosing to do so, but they have Nemesis right in front of them. Team 4 are also there. 4 unknown with that, Anand with that AWM wants to connect and tries to get 1 or 2 knocks before they get inside the circle. There's a team right below them, and that is going to be PVS Gaming, and they'll be fighting it out with Chemin Esports, Loverboy with the last man standing over there, and this is the push which Chemin Esports have to do immediately, or else Loverboy can dissect 1 or 2 kills. Eco is also cooking up a grenade. Now the push comes in from their side. Loverboy being very vulnerable. Kaushik has been knocked out, and a grenade is also being cooked by his hands. Let's see how things will turn out for them as Eco will be the last man standing. Good to see that Chemin Esports are able to, revive one another, make sure that they stay alive until the end. 4 unknown have already pushed against Nemesis. I think they'll be making it inside the circle, and it's going to be 4 unknown Chemin Esports. And what a grenade coming in from their side. Let's see from here on what's going to happen.
Well, as we look at Chemin Esports with 5 kills already in the name, trying to dissect the players of 4 unknown. Anand has been taken, Radhitakur has been taken, 2 players down from the side of 4 unknown, and at the same time, Chemin Esports Kaushik being knocked down from the side of Nemesis Gaming. Nemesis Gaming coming into action, a player taking the damage from the zone. TSG is looking very strong right now as they have the advantage of the zone. Legend, OJSP and Vihan comes into action. Chemin Esports goes into the push onto the side of PVS Gaming. Eco getting knocked out, and Eco getting finished off. That's the end of PVS Gaming. At the same time, the last 4 squad standing is going to be DSG, 4 unknown, Chemin Esports, and one of the last players standing in front of them. Nemesis Gaming has been finished off by the beautiful hit coming in from the side of Vihan, and at the same time, OJSP has been trying to take them down by Ashushar, but Ashushar gets traded off by OJSP. Chemin Esports Adam comes in for the push onto the side of OJSP, spots on Vihan, and Vihan gets knocked out from a beautiful knock from the side of AM God FF, and right now OJSP going in for the push. That's the end of TSG Army at the 3rd place. The last 2 squads standing right now is going to be 4 unknown versus Chemin Esports, as 4 unknown Wizodo is the last man standing. It's a 1v3 that he has to pull off right now.
Nice.
Kaushik has been knocked out. The last 2 players standing. Adam is going for the push, and trying to take it down, but at the same time, the booyah goes into the hand of TSG Army.
I mean, I think it's Chemin Esports.
Chemin Esports, sorry.
Yeah, Chemin Esports taking the final booyah in their name. What a gameplay coming in from their side. I just hope that, 4 unknown could actually make it inside the circle rather than taking that fight. He just jumped in to see whether they can take another kill in his name, but eventually was not able to do so. A good gameplay coming in from their side. Nobody watched for Chemin Esports, but, a few watching of 4 unknown. Actually, they'll be happy to see the team coming in the top 2. But at the same time, I am waiting for the overall points table, Red Cape, because I don't know how things are going to be from here on. So many teams have fought so hard. As I said in the beginning of the day, the fight was still not over. It was just the beginning for so many teams, and they have given their best. If those teams had performed well from the beginning of the league stages, the story would have been different. But it looks like, the final day is going to give a work date. 6 teams are going to get eliminated, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this, share it among your friends. Let them come and see who are the 6 teams who are going to get eliminated. Apart from that, 6 teams are going to make it into the finale directly. Let's see who are those teams who will be making it. Until then, yes, Red Cape, you were saying.
The performance from Team Mayhem was a lot better than what we saw throughout the league
tournament.
stages.
Yes,
but
surely.
This thing, if we have seen in the entire tournament, something would have been rewritten, and Team Mayhem could have been on the top. But let's see how it turns out for them, because we still wait for the point tables. Let's explain you how the entire tournament is structured. As there were 24 teams who joined us for the league stages. 18 teams will qualify for the wild card and finals. The top 6 teams will move directly towards the finals, and the teams from 7 to 18 will be playing it in the wild cards, and from that the top 6 teams will move in again towards the finals, and the finals will be done between these 12 teams. 6 of the teams, the bottom 6 teams from the 24 teams, will be bidding goodbye today and taking home away somewhere near 15k.
Yeah, but at the same time, I want to tell you guys, the finale is going to be very, very special for the Season 2 of Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series. Mark my words when I say this. The finale is going to be very, very special. There is something special for the audience coming up. There is something special for the whole community coming up. Just remember these words and make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you don't lose out that special thing.
If you want to know it, you have to go and follow Snapdragon Conquest on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and at the same time YouTube. And you have to press that bell icon so that you do not miss out on any updates. And it's time to look on the People's Choice nominees of the day. They're going to be three.
Yeah, I think the nominees had already happened.
It's going to be Ginotra.
Yeah, Ginotra. I think Ginotra will be taking it very easily. But let's see. Well, I think this is the second half of the day where we'll be seeing People's Choice nominees yet again. The first half already happened. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
The second half is where we have Ginotra coming in. With him is going to be Vihan. And then we have Eco. But I can clearly tell you, even though PVS has the highest kind of good following,
I think it's Vihan.
Ginotra. For me.
Take it home. I think Vihan will take it home because last time in the People's Choice nominees we had one of the players from DESI coming in and 79%. You can imagine.
I like to say I'm not speaking about the fan following over here.
Okay, yeah.
I'm speaking about the gameplay
wise.
Yeah, Ginotra was the person who played actually really well when it comes to that game, and I would want to give the maximum credits because 8 kills, 16 points, as good as the third position is what he was able to execute. All said and done, I would want to say how things will turn out for most of the teams from here on. Fingers crossed. If you feel that your team has already made it into the finale, don't forget to put their names in the chat below. And for the nominees which have come up, you can go to the chat and vote out for your favorite team as well.
Well, looking at let's talk about these phones that
kept Poco phones.
You remember it?
Yeah.
Yesterday we were
every time I look at this Poco phone, I'm just waiting to take it home because we did play in this phone.
We were playing caught red-handed.
Yeah, we were playing in this phone. I know that we had to go live. The production team told us we'll be going live in 20, but it looked like it ended in 2 seconds because we were in the middle of a game. We were leading by 3-1, in the Clash Squad, and I know that we could have won it. But at the same time, 120 Hz screens. What kind of a smooth gameplay it gives you? At the same time, 5000 mAh battery. We would try to, we will try to do one thing for you in the following days. If you subscribe to this channel and come back in the next stream, what we'll do on the wildcards is we'll show you the battery percentage, put it on charge for you on the stream. Let one match get over and we'll show you how fast can 33 watt charge for a 5000 mAh battery, and that is what can happen. 2 color variants coming in, one is blue and one is black. A very good 2 good color variants coming in from their side. The cameras are also amazing when it comes to this mobile as well.
And stereo sound speakers.
Yeah, stereo sound speakers coming in from their side. So if you don't have a earphone, it's good enough for you to hear the footsteps of their opponents coming in bit more closer.
860 processor, I guess.
Yeah.
860.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, to know more about it, you're going to watch the promo behind us introducing the X3 Pro coming in from their side. Obviously it's all about the speed about this mobile when it comes to the gameplay, and look at that, it has 860 processor, Snapdragon 860 processor, very strong, and it's going to give you 120 Hz screen which is going to be coming up on our screen.
UFS 3.1.
That's
sound systems.
Yeah,
ultra fast something, right?
Yeah,
if I'm
but ultra crisp also sound coming in from their side. Liquid cooling, and that is the best part about it. No matter how much I played, it was still cooling down. It was not heating up as much as other mobiles. 120 Hz screens, as we told about it, and it's like a gaming beast in your hand. You have a PC in your hand. 2 days battery back for sure, because 33 watts, 5100 mAh battery, and all of it on a special price for you for 18,999. Right now you can go buy it online and let's see. Exclusive. So Pro Squad of the Day is something segment which I love the most because we choose the 4 best players
from each the match.
From that match, who was the best IGL, best sniper, best grenader, or the best support, or anything like that. Let's see who are the 4 players whom we'll be choosing. The player number 1 coming on our screens, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Raven Esports Deadshot, playing it really well. Yes, he did perform some amazing gameplays. He was carrying his teammate. A very good supporter coming in on our screens. It's going to be the first player, RE Deadshot.
Deadshot was able to execute, and I think the first booyah, they got a booyah today, and they were very happy with the performance. As we look on to the side of the next player, I think someone from the side of Blind Esports might pop in again into the side of the player 2. And as we talk about Deadshot, I think is he the IGL?
I do believe he was the IGL, but you know that in this series most of the players have not chosen to do so. On the other side, TSG Army is going to come up with Ojasvi. Ojasvi with that grenades was able to execute some really good kills. Let's not forget where he took down 3 players already, and I believe that was a very good gameplay coming in from his side. Then comes the player 3. I think it's going to be somebody from
Chemin Esports, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be Chemin Esports, and I think I'm gonna take a wild guess. It's going to be none other than Aim God FF from Chemin Esports.
Yeah, I would want to join hands with you for this, because I believe it's Aim God. Yes, it's Aim God coming in from the side of Chemin Esports. He also did an amazing job over there, with some good crosshair placement, with some good grenades coming in from their side. Let's not forget the man of the hour.
It's going to be Blind Esports, for sure, because
for sure he did 8 kills,
and not being on the top of the pro squad, I'm pretty much sure it's not next to impossible.
Next to impossibility, if the word exists, is going to be coming in. It's going to be from the side of Blind Esports Ginotra. An amazing gameplay coming in from his side. Let's not forget the domination of Blind Esports throughout, throughout the tournament itself so far in the league stages. They'll be making it directly into the finale. Let's see what they can bring in the finale. For now, I'm still not letting go of this excitement. I want to see what's happening in the overall points table. First, we'll be looking at the day overall points table for sure, but after which it's going to be overall points table.
It's time to look at the pro squad of the day. Entire 4 players on your screens right now were Deadshot, Ojasvi, Aimgod and Ginotra. If they were put together in a team, all the matches that they played would have been a booyah for them, because the way they executed, the way that you saw them play today says it all, that they can do it. If they can do it, you can also do it. There will be much more opportunities coming up for the teams that will be leaving us in the next few minutes. We'll know it for sure, like which 6 teams will be leaving the Pro Series Season 2, and they have the opportunities because Snapdragon is always up to something. They always have new seasons coming up, new opportunities coming up for every esports player. But at the same time, let's talk about the Snapdragon Insiders.
Yeah, eventually, if you want to know which is the new processor which is coming up, new mobiles which is coming up under Snapdragon processors, if you want to understand the new flagships, sometimes when you log into a place and try to give your reviews and your reviews gets considered, that is when a new mobile comes up in front of our market, in front of our eyes in the market, which can be really good. And it's all possible because of Snapdragon Insider. All you have to do is go to Google, search for Snapdragon Insider, click on the link which comes up on your screens, and then eventually subscribe to it, sign up to it, and then you'll be the first person to be getting all the information about Snapdragon and their flagships.
And at the same time, there's a lot of contests and a lot of participations you can be part of, where you could show off your skills, like photography skills, and be the part of a conversation where if you have technical knowledges about the processor or how you can develop, you can put in your feedback, and sometimes you can win the phones also. I was just going through it.
Few people will be gifted with goodies. Probably it could be phones, or it will be many other things,
and even review devices also for
them. And also sometimes you will be the first people to get hands on the new mobiles, because your reviews will matter for them. So do not forget that. Go to Snapdragon Insider, log in over there, and that will be taken care. But at the same time, what a day it has been, and what a series it has been. The whole league stages had a total of 54 matches, if I'm not wrong.
54 matches.
Yeah, 54 matches have gone by, and it looks like we started the tournament last week. And it was so good to see so many. We have seen such good IQ gameplay coming in this game. We have seen that, you can be a person who will be contributing with just grenades.
And
you don't need to have and landmines. You don't need to have guns. All you need to do is concentrate on grenades, and you will be placed in one of the pro teams. Radhe Thakur, Nivesh, Ojasvi, Kaushik, Beam. How many grenadiers we have seen throughout the tournament.
But Old Monk and PVS EcoBoy have different stories to tell when they go in for the melee coming in, and at the same time,
Look at that. Your predictions again coming out right. TSG, Vihan coming up with 51 points. Ginotra right behind him with 40%. Eco obviously with 9% because Eco did work out really well throughout the tournament. But it's just that Ginotra and Vihan's, performance outnumbered, the pointers of Eco itself. So let's see how things will turn out as we have People Choice Superstars of the day.
Tough competition at the same time.
Yeah, very much. We have not seen anybody coming up to 40 to 50% in the second position. It was always 80 to 70 in the first position itself. But at the same time, I'm waiting. I know most of you have your fingers crossed, waiting, counting. If you had your calculators of your favorite teams, you'll be like pointing it out. How many kill points, how many placement points.
Based on
a lot of maths will be running on your head. So I am waiting to see the overall points table. What do you feel?
Time to go for the day 3 standings.
Yeah, that'll be better.
First, we'll have the day 3 standings, and then we'll have the overall standings coming in. So let's see how the day 3 all the teams are able to perform, because Blind Esports getting finished off in the last match in the 12th place itself is going to affect the point standings of the day. As we look on the point standings, overall point standings of day 3 is on our screens right now, where we have Mayhem at the 13th position, and if they had kept up that consistency in the week 2 and 3, week 1 and 2, it would have been very helpful for them. As we talk about GodLike finishing off at the 24th, Never Broke Again, EFF Esports, TSMFTX, Enigma, Team Elite finding themselves for the bottom 6, Mayhem, Lifehackers, Headhunters, Team
Blood Bashers coming up. Yeah, Blood Bashers coming up with just 31 points. I don't know how much is going to help them. Team Chaos with 36, Headhunters with 39. I mean, there were a difference of 30 to 40s, but eventually Enigma has got a decent 30 as well. But on the other side, we have DESI Gamers with 45, PVS with 54. Good to see that TSG Army coming on the top with 89 points, 49 kill points, 47 placement points. This kind of, TSG Army I have not seen in a long time. Right behind them is going to be 4 Unknown, who's going to prove that, they have the best position and points no matter which day it is. Chemin Esports with 73, Total Gaming with 68. For the first time, I'm so happy to see that Total Gaming is coming up close to 70 points in just one day. Team Esports with 67, Raven with 65. That could be good for Raven Esports. Nemesis 59, Level, and PVS Gaming in the bottom 13. So overall points table will be coming up on our screens to see who will be eliminated, ladies and gentlemen. The bottom 6 will be saying goodbye. The top 6 will be going right into the finale, and there is going to be another fighting chance for the rest in the wildcards as well.
Wildcards is going to be again a chaotic situation, because 12 teams fighting it out in 2 days. Let's see who makes it towards the top 6, because huge money at stake, huge prize pools at stake to be exact, where the first prize takes home 10 lakhs, an entire overall prize pool of rupees 30 lakhs. So everyone wants to get the share on it. Everyone will be taking home something, but they won't be happy, because just missing it by 1 or 2 points, they will be really disappointed. But at the same time, they will be gaining a lot of experience and an exposure and fan followings at the same time. Because
I think that nobody is going to be going up empty-handed, right? 15,000 rupees minimum you will be carrying,
for everyone.
But at the same time, the experience which they're going to gain, Free Fire Pro Series was an invited series. So let me remind you, the 24 teams who have been invited are considered pros of India. So I believe that, they have done their job of becoming the top 24 of India already. So they do not have to be disappointed. As we all know that, a person who loses in a war will have the scars to tell another story for some other generation. So all this said and done, we all know that it's time for us to go to overall points table, and I know that most of you are excited to see whether your team has made it into the top.
I think
top 18.
I think the production will move on and keep it suspended for a bit
because
of a while.
At the same time, it's important.
They will pop up the MVP of the day, and it's time for the overall standing.
Yeah, but at the same time, they had to be clear. It's the overall standing, ladies and gentlemen, coming on our screens. I am super excited at this point of time to see which are the teams who will be going home. The bottom 6, the top 6, and the wildcard entries coming on our screens. On the bottoms, who will be going home? Oh my goodness! It's gonna be Mayhem, Never Broke Again, GodLike, Lifehackers, Blood Bashers, and Enigma Gaming will be being good.
farewell.
they'll be bidding farewell to us. We'll be saying goodbye for the tournament. Raven Esports, a whooping jump coming in from their side. 374 points on the 18th position. Let me remind you what was happening before that, ladies and gentlemen. When we were seeing it in the morning, Raven Esports were on the 19th position with just 309 points, 2 points away from Enigma Gaming. But look at the gain they've got. They've got almost 40 points above them. Nemesis coming up with 379, AFF Esports with 388, Team Chaos, TSM FTX, Total Gaming on the 13th position with 423. I mean, that was a shocker, a bit of a shocker for me. I thought that they'll be making it to the top 6.
Let's see on to the next slide. It's gonna pop up in our screens in the next few seconds. And let's see which teams are gonna make it towards the finals. As we look on to the top 6, we have Blind Esports at the first place with 696, 4 Unknown with 642, TSG Army with 577, Team Elite with 523, Level Iconic with 499, and Headhunters with 486. All the 6 teams will be moving directly towards the finals, whereas PVS, UG Mania, Chemin Esports, DESI Gamers, Team D Esports and Evil Army will be playing it out and for the wildcards with the bottom 6 again.
Yeah, but at the same time, look at the number of booyahs being dealt by, Blind Esports and 4 Unknown.
Oh, yeah.
They both have 7-7 in their name. But what mattered was the kill points. The way Blind Esports was able to rush in and, trying to, shoot them, trying to shoot everybody in their view. That is what was good for them. TSG Army on the other side with just 1 booyah, showing everybody it's not about booyah, it's about consistency. 341 points coming in from their side. Kill points with just 236. They were able to come in the 3rd spot. Team Elite, consistency was the key for them. 3 booyahs coming in from their side. They had an average of 30-40 every time, due to which 523 points coming in from their side. Level Iconic of 499 points coming in from their side. Headhunters with 486. For now, we'll be for the last time looking at the top 6 teams of the Snapdragon who will be making it into the finale. Huge congratulations to Blind Esports, 4 Unknown, TSG Army, Team Elite, Level Iconic and Headhunters. Very, very well deserved qualification for them into the finale.
And at the same time, the fans will be super happy. The fan following of TSG Army, 4 Unknown, Blind Esports and Team Elite, Level Iconic and Headhunters, all the 6 teams will be very happy with the performance. Making it towards the finals, Headhunters just made it at the close. Like, they were able to get those where they made sure at the week 1 and week 2 to prove themselves it and keeping up the consistency in week 3, making it towards the finals and being in the top 6. Just close calls coming in from the side of PVS Gaming. If they were able to execute a booyah this day, this would have been a different story to tell. But Level Iconic also being happy with the performance. I think this week has been particularly extraordinary for them. They were able to keep up with all the squads and teams in front that were put in front of them, and TSG Army also able to do the same thing.
Yeah, and let's see how things will turn out from here on, because the bottom 6 teams, pretty much disappointed for them, but at the same time they were really good, good about it.
And as we talk about 4 Unknown and Blind Esports, I think they are like really happy with where they have placed themselves. But even I think if they hadn't finished off in the 12th position in the last match, it would have been a 700 crosser for them. Like, they would have crossed the 700 mark. But it's time to look for the teams who have qualified for the wild card. It's going to be divided into 2 groups, where we'll have PVS, UG Mania, Chemin Esports, DESI Gamers, Team D Esports and Evil Army in one.
And we have TSM FTX, Team Chaos, AFF Esports, Nemesis Gaming, Raven Esports and Total Gaming on the other. I don't think it's going to be much of a problem for us to put it as Group A and Group B, as 2 of the groups will be only fighting in the wildcard.
2 days, 12 matches.
Yeah, so 12 teams congratulating you to somehow surviving in this Pro Series. You guys have another opportunity to make it into the finale. Let's see whether they'll be able to do so. There was a time that, TSM FTX were not able to, perform, but at the same time, right now we are able to see that Team D Esports making it over there, DESI Gamers were able to make it over there, Chemin Esports are able to make it over here. AFF is that one team everybody were vouching for at the end of the day. Raven Esports were able to swoop in at the nth moment, putting down Enigma, and that was also a good thing to see.
Well, TSM FTX is also happy with the performance, making it towards the wildcards. At least they have one more chance to hit for the finals, and let's see if they are coming up with a different strategy in the next few moments, in the next few days. And at the same time, PVS Gaming will also be looking for forward to make it towards the finals. So the teams that will be fighting it out is mainly going to be Team Total Gaming, AFF Esports, Team D Esports, and somewhere I hope that Team D Esports makes it towards the final, because the way that they have played, they were able to execute Dissect through 4 unknown in the first few weeks, in the first 2 weeks, and in the third week the performance have been a bit low. They were in the top 4, and if I'm correct, at the end of week 1, Blind Esports was at the top, Team D Esports at second, there were Headhunters at the third, and there were 4 unknown at the 4th place. So 4th place slipping off from the top 6 towards the top 12.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult for them, like, to play it again, but at the same time they are
Yeah,
not
but
the team
they're
that give up.
capable. They're a team that is capable of bouncing back, right? So, but at the same time, right now we'll be looking at two teams face off. And the two teams which I would love to see is 4 Unknown and TSG. Hopefully that is what will be coming on our screens at this point of time. 4 Unknown, Swastik. It was a day's gameplay, you know, where we saw the consistency coming in from the side of 4 Unknown and TSG. It was Ojas we stood out on the top rather than 4 Unknown, Swastik. But a good job coming in from their side. Bihan had also performed really well. But on the other side, the Grenadiers couldn't do anything much. Ojasvi was the Grenadier who actually did some damage. Radhe Thakur with 4 kills, Legend with 4 kills, Wizardo and Rickstar. They couldn't perform well because Rickstar had carried his team as much as possible. Today it was the team carrying him for the first time. 1 kill coming in from their side. A good face-off coming in from these two sides.
And I think 4 Unknown with the map of Bermuda in last second match, they had a beautiful advantage over TSG Army, but TSG Army came in from the back, and 4 Unknown weren't able to concentrate this fire on a single team. Tried to go in for a split gameplay between TSG Army and Blind Esports. Blind Esports was with just 2 players remaining. It was difficult for him to look at to both squads, but Blind Esports was able to execute that kill onto the side of 4 Unknown, making sure that they did not have the performance upped up, and taking down Radhe Thakur made it a bit vulnerable for Team 4 Unknown. As we talk about the top 5 players of week stage, Week 3, Day 3, it's going to be Blind Esports Ginotra with an overall 12 kills, 3,910 damage and 5 headshots. At the second place, it's going to be Ochasvi with 9 kills, 3,092 damage, 1 headshot, 3 assists. Chemin Esports Aim God with 8 kills, 1,403 damage.
Yeah, good to see that, you know, Aim God was able to contribute so much. Then we have Vihan with 7 kills, 361 damage. Not to forget UG Mania Prince coming up with 7 kills, 312. But look at the number of headshots he's dealt, and that was the special thing about him. 12 headshots coming in from his side, 4 assists, and these were the top 5 players of the day. But at the end of the day, I wanted to say this, that it was an amazing league stage phase which we all dealt with.
Which we all enjoyed at the same time.
Yeah, enjoyed and dealt with, and it was amazing to be a part of the English desk so far. But at the same time, you know, the wildcards will be coming anytime soon. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, but at the same time, you have to make sure that you go and click on all the socials of Snapdragon Conquest to make sure that you get to know when are the wildcards actually happening. But at the same time, the final words, Red Cape.
It's time to bid goodbye to the league stages and see you in the wildcards in a few days. Stay home, stay safe, take care. Bye-bye. Signing off.